I can tell real niggas potting in the air tonight. Oh no! All right, we're good. Yo, man, no cool down. We here. We are back for episode 16. I'm your host with the most, that man Tripp. We in the building, and we are back again. You know what I'm saying? Bodega Baron, sentence. We in the building for April. When easy, how you doing this week, my guy?
I'm doing pretty well, man. I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself?
Hey, man, we good. We good. It's a new month, new beginnings. A lot of stuff came out. Shout out to all these shows dropping in and doing all your good stuff. That's wonderful. So much news to talk about. So much good stuff to speak on. I'm just glad the weekend came because the week was just I wanted this week to be over very quickly, so it's gonna be a really, really dope weekend. There's a lot of good stuff to get to, man. So I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
Yeah. It's been a long week, and I'm happy that it's Friday because I feel like if we had any more news, it would have just been like there's so much has happened in the span of these 5 days.
It's too much. It's too much shit. It's like from all fronts. There's been an overload of actual like just shit to talk about, shit to play. Like we're tracking along. It's already freaking April, bro.
Yeah, time's flying.
Already April Fool's Day. To all you people out there that have been literally like false quitting streams, false pregnancies, and all this stuff like that, I wish you a merry. I hope you have a bad lunch. That's it. I don't want your whole day to be bad with just the lunch. I just want the lunch to be bad. But you know what I mean. Cut that out, bro. Y'all have me having heart attacks in the morning. I'm discombobulated and shit. Waking up, I'm like, nigga, who out of here? What?
Everything is a lie to me. Everything is a lie today.
Yeah, I'm off the timeline today. I'm off the timeline because all y'all lying. I don't like it.
I went and picked up a sandwich, and he told me the price, and I was like, "You sure?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, cool." Like, I don't believe anything today.
Hit it with a J. Cole. I said, "Who told you that?" Yeah. For real, man. But hey, without further ado, let's warm up a little bit. We got a couple of topics just to get the legs going. It's been a little bit, so let's get into it. First and foremost, this story was hilariously bad to me. This week we saw tech company Dyson unveil a new product for the public. It was an air purifying mask / headphone combo that enables people to get clean air filtered in as they move around. Now, this wouldn't be as much a news or even that bad of a product if we weren't still in the middle of the pandemic, panoramic, Panasonic, whatever you want to call it. So this technology seems to have basically high-powered fans in the ears and a nose that basically it directs all of the outward breath that the person wears, like that the wearer has, all the outward, breath, like if you breathe out your nose and stuff like that in your mouth, it just pushes it out to everywhere else. It just literally projects it. So these mini super spreader headphones with some Bose bass, like, you know what I'm saying, it's really ready to push COVID out to the environment faster than crackhead America in the 80s. So was this a good idea? Was this really a good idea? When? Talk to me.
You see, when I first saw this thing, I thought it just purified the air that you breathe, not pushes my air out. I kind of was a little bit excited because I was like, yo, imagine like showing up to like the Smash tournaments and just having like the headphones that make it so that the air is purified. But no, this is a horrible idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't mind headphones that made people not stink. That would be a great workaround for a lot of places. But yeah, no, man, when I saw Dyson headphones, I already knew I was in for a wild ride. This is definitely not the way.
Word to man, though, it's not the way, bro. Like, and it's the crazy thing. I'm like, yo, if y'all released this product probably like 3 years before this, 3 years before now,
maybe,
and y'all would have probably got some good sales off this. But now that we're in the middle of a giant pandemic where a literal airborne disease is spreading fast and it's still going and it's having all these variants and stuff like that, y'all probably should have dropped this, man. Y'all probably should have kept it in the drafts.
Yeah,
should have kept this in the drafts. Like, it's tough, honestly. Damn, that would have been a dope idea to have it like a Smash. That would have been a perfect.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought that's what it was. I thought that would have made way more sense. It's like, hey, we have a air purifier for you.
Yeah, just yourself, not literally just
not pushing it out to everybody else.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you get cleaner air, but then it's filtering all your bad shit out to everybody else. So if your breath smells like ass and you got COVID, you're just doubling up on the entire environment around you. You're just spreading the worst aerosols ever, and you're basically just like launching them joints all over the place.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
if you give me a good reason to look like Bane on a regular day, like I would do it, but it's just not good enough. Like it's just not good enough.
Bro, they were really trying to one up the Razor mask, bro. I remember Razor had like the LED joints and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
I'm okay off that. I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you, man. This ain't it.
No,
This
it's
ain't
not.
It, dog.
It's not.
This was not making it out the first round, and I really hope not a lot of people. It's gonna be that one dude looking like a damn Power Ranger in the set looking like this. I'm about to get him escorted out, bro. Spreading all his nasty ass jeans and stuff. Whatever, bro. Dyson could have kept in the drafts. Anyways, let's move on to the next piece of news for the warm up. So this week we actually got an update from the Zelda team on the progress of Breath of the Wild 2, and we got some slightly sad confirmation for some that the game will be delayed into spring 2023. Now, in this little update video, we got a couple of action shots to link as the story takes him, to the skies, as well the expanded lands that are spread amongst the clouds in the next adventure that he will be in. But nevertheless, Breath of the Wild is delayed. How do we feel?
I'm not shocked. I honestly, like, it doesn't make sense to me that we even, we shouldn't even be talking about Breath of the Wild. Like, this is the first, not the first, but Nintendo usually doesn't do a bad job with creating hype for their games. This was actually one of the biggest bag fumbles. They should have never brought it up. People have been asking for it, but people have been asking for Star Fox for years. And by people, I mean me. I've been asking for Star Fox for years. But like, we shouldn't even be having this conversation this in 2022. We should just have started the conversation. It should have just started like next month or something. Like, yo, Breath of the Wild 2 trailer dropping, or like at the end of the summer. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kirby's out. All right, what's the next major IP to get them hyped for? Because it's not like we already know Splatoon is dropping in the summer, so it's like, all right, new IP drop. What's the next one to queue them up for? What's the next one we want them to pre-order? We shouldn't be talking about Breath of the Wild right now. I'm happy that it's delayed because it needs the time. Like, even when they showed it off, I knew we were so far away from it because it's not Nintendo style. If you're watching a Nintendo Direct and all they show you is a screenshot or just a quick cutscene, you're not seeing that game maybe ever. They don't do that. They only do that when they feel like they need to. And boy, I'm just saying, we all still remember the image of Metroid Prime 4. We all still remember that title font. And that's all we've seen.
That's low. Yeah. I mean, for me, I don't care like that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not bothered over Breath of the Wild 2, but I know, it's gonna be a great game when it comes out. But just give them the time that they need. Now, this is the thing for me. It's just like, yeah, the development cycle and just the announcement, I guess, beats the fact that they already jumped the gun from last year, or the year before, whenever they dropped like, oh, the Breath of the Wild sequel is coming.
Yeah.
Like, oh, everybody's hyped. Now you got them tapped in. Now you have to constantly give them some type of tidbits to keep them up, keep tabs on and stuff like that, or else they gonna get restless. The crew gonna get, what I'm saying? All the Nintendo fans gonna get, all up in arms. So now they got to do all this, and cause even more panic when they tell them, hey, listen, we got to push it back a little bit, y'all. Just take it easy. I wouldn't have said nothing. I wouldn't have said anything. And for most other titles, I feel like Nintendo would have the license to be like, yo, man, we don't care. We're going to give them whatever we give them. They'll be happy. But for a series that's been as hyped as this now, it's come to this level of anticipation. They have no choice to, I guess, stick with what the fans are demanding in terms of updates and kind of keeping them abreast of the situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the delay, fine with me. Make the best game that you possibly can. Hopefully by that time I'll actually play Breath of the Wild, you know what I'm saying, to see what's going on for real. But for everybody else, man, y'all sit tight. Y'all be all right. But you know what I'm saying? It'll be all good. It'll work itself out. Just, all the people was like, oh my gosh, now I don't have to decide between Elden Ring and Breath of the Wild 2 this year for best game of the year.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, bro. All right, yeah, all right, cool. We get it. Elden Ring is crazy. I was about to say, other games, it's only April, bro.
Yeah, it's only April. We have so much time.
Listen, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of time to go. And again, it's another game off the hit list of a packed schedule for this year. So I kind of don't mind necessarily. I kind of don't mind. Just come out with the best game you can. We said this last week for I think it was Justice League.
Yeah. We're very pro delays.
Yes,
good delays.
I'm pro. Yes, pro delay for the right reasons. If you want to finish your game and polish it, please do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot what the quote was. It was like, oh yeah, a delayed game is eventually good, but rush games will always be bad or something like that.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah.
something along those fucking lines. But yeah, just keep it chill, do your thing, and yeah, man, we'll see you down the road. You know what I'm saying? In the meantime, maybe you know, you know, Nintendo fans could find the Breath of a Woman. You know, what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. We don't need that. We have Kirby. We don't need Breath of the Wild. There's Kirby. You can just play Kirby. It's the best Nintendo game. I'm not playing with y'all. Just play Kirby.
Listen, talk.
That game is so good. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm happy that I took it off stream because I get to enjoy it on my own. I don't need to wait for y'all. Like, go buy it yourselves. I'm not playing it for y'all.
Did you beat it already?
No. I think I'm like on the 4th or 5th world. But I feel like I'm close, but I could be wrong. And I don't ever want to beat it. I hope it always keeps going. It's a great game.
Oh wow, bro. Wow, that's hilarious, bro. Shout out Kirby. Shout out Zelda. Shout out Breath of the Wild 2. We will see you down the road. For the last you know, topic of the warm up. We got a little bit of a fashion drop, man. Come on now. So major boot and like I guess high top shoe brand Wolverine, they actually collabed with 343 Halo, the series, Halo series, to make a limited set of Master Chief boots to rock out in the world. Now there's only 117 pairs that were created for this, and the supply was super limited, and by this time it already sold out, so it's gone. Like, if you're listening to this at this point and you was looking for Halo boots, why the hell were you looking? Never mind, it's already gone though. But you know, thoughts on this, man? Come on, the Halo drip out in the world. You want to stomp out some Covenant? You know what I'm saying? Out in the streets,
man. Why? Of all the game franchises that like I would like to see their clothes in real life, I never thought like, man, I need some Master Chief boots. If you got the money for it, I guess. Sure. Like, geez, sure. That's all I got is sure. If that's what y'all want to do.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. Nobody was looking for this unless the name Timberland was on this. I'm gonna keep it a real.
Tim's would have been nuts. That would have been gas.
What? Halo Tim.
The dark green? Listen, yeah, no, that would have been crazy.
This right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you going to? And Wolverine's like it's like a work boot. It's like, okay, Timberland is too, but they not fashionable work boots. They don't got the, you know what I'm saying, the melanated imprint on it that it does. You know what I'm saying? So Halo with Tim's, come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now. You would see a random person like every like 30 blocks in New York with that and an energy sword just walking through the hood like, yeah, it's good, but you gotta go down. You know what I'm saying? Grab some shit out the store. Like, it's just a different level, bro. Like, come on, man. I didn't even know about the Wolverine brand until now, which tells you about the audience that they're marketing this to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it was Tim's, I feel like people would have been like way more on it. But that's just me. Each
boot came with like a can of Monster Energy drink in the box. Like, it was just in the boot. That's how they kept. You know how like they put the stuffing in, like the paper, like it was just a can of Monster. Man, if I ever see,
they knew. And these joints look, they got a covered door on top as the front face, like the tongue and whatnot, bro.
Yeah,
it looked like a whole opening door. That's crazy. Yeah, they could have put this on some Timbs, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah,
they really could have put this on some Timbs. That's major tough, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of it's not gonna attract all the sneakerheads on
no.
That would.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Not even a little bit.
That joint mid-pack, man. The word of advice: if you want a work boot that you trying to really get some, you know what I'm saying, get some traction for, go to Tim, bro. Go get some Timberlands, bro. Stop playing. All right, anyways, that's the warm up. That's enough of that stuff. Let's get into the nitty gritty, man. There's a lot of good heavy hitting stuff that dropped this week. And first, we gotta talk about the elephant in the room this week. We finally got some news on it. So this week, we finally got details on a PlayStation paid game subscription service in a repackaged edition of PlayStation Plus. So in essence, PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now have been bundled into a 3-tiered system for users to subscribe to. So the first tier is called PlayStation Plus Essential. It has the same benefits as we're experiencing with PlayStation Plus right now. So you have the free games, the online access, store discounts, same old that we've always been having for years, that PlayStation Plus. Now the second tier is PS Plus Extra, So it's all the benefits of the below tier of Essential, and 400 plus PS4 and PS5 games that are included to download and play from PlayStation first party and third party games alike. It's going to have a moving, revolving catalog that refreshes every month. Of course, much similar to what we know now for gaming subscription services. The third tier, PS Plus Premium, is all the above benefits plus an additional 340 games, which includes PS3 games, which are only available via cloud streaming, and then we have PlayStation, PS2, and PSP games available for direct download and cloud streaming access for all games that are available in this pass from PS, PS2, PSP, PS4. That will be available on the PS4, PS5, and PC platforms to try for cloud streaming, and time-limited game trials / demos. Now, the first tier is going to be around $9.99 a month, plus Extra will be $14.99 a month, plus Premier will start at $17.99 a month. And notably, the new service is not dropping with day one first-party exclusive access, being cited as having potential adverse effects on the drops of exclusives. So, damn. So we got stuff like, God of War, Death Stranding, Spider-Man PS4, Mortal Kombat 11, and Returnal that's going to be in the rotation when we have the global rollout in June. But we got some stuff to talk about, man. What's going on?
This is actually literally this is all I've been wanting. Like out of all the game stories we've talked about the entirety of the podcast, or for the past, no, like literally since we started this podcast, when this was announced, this is literally the story I've been waiting for so long. It's one of the few first times that like the thing about Tripp is that Tripp finds all the links, he has the thing set up. As soon as this dropped, I was sending this to Tripp like, we need to talk about this, because this like usually I'm like, by the time I find a link or anything, Tripp already has it in the thing. And this, like, when this dropped, it was like I found out who won like the presidency. Like, this was so important to me. I think this is super important. I think this is super important because Game Pass has been such an essential part in my life as a broke boy gamer. I don't think you understand how important Game Pass is to broke boys like me. It gives you access to so many good games. I was literally playing, I played like 3 of them today off of just $15 that I spent for the month. I think it's 17 now. I got the ultimate or whatever. But the reason I thought this was super important is because I'm a huge PlayStation fanboy. I'm a huge PlayStation stan. So like, hearing about PlayStation Now, I was a fan of PlayStation Now, but I was not a fan of cloud-based gaming. And that was my biggest issue with PlayStation Now. The catalog was bananas. They had all the games that I wanted to play, even games I didn't want to play. The app wasn't that bad either. The issue was I got slow internet because, again, broke boy gaming, and they want me to stream it to my computer. The biggest factor in this program, or in this service, it's literally just one thing I need to know. If on PC every game will be downloadable. That's the biggest question, because I know that it says that you can download things, and like I try to find like specific verbiage of on PC it'll be the same as on PS5, because it says that everything is downloadable, and they talk about PS5 and they say that these games will be on PC, but they're always really safe to say like these games will be cloud based and they will also be on PC. But when they talk about download, they don't specifically say all these games can be downloaded to PC. And I also saw like somewhere about like the PS3 games not being downloadable, and I'm not sure if I'm wrong about that.
Yes, there are. I can jump in with that. So on the PlayStation blog for the actual full reveal of this stuff, they said PS3 games are going to be available only via cloud streaming. So I guess there was no way for them to find backwards compatibility or somewhat downloadable, a downloadable lane for that stuff. And then for the PC, it's this note here says offers cloud streaming access for the OG PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PSP, PS4, all for the top 2 tiers. And customers can stream games using PS4 and PS5 consoles and PC. So it seems like streaming will be relegated to PC will only have streaming. That's what it sounds like from here. Yeah. There's no other mention of PC on the page.
Yeah, and I know, because I looked at the blog link. I went into the comment section of the blog link. Man, I went in there looking for PC people, and boy, when I tell you I saw the entire Vita fandom there, it was insane. Everybody was asking about PS Vita games. I didn't even know there were more people asking about PS Vita games than there were Vita games. Like, it was just nuts. And I was like, what I'm saying? Like, I felt bad for y'all, but
we hardly knew ye.
Hey, this isn't. I'm sorry, bros. Let's focus on the important things here. Let's no, I'm not gonna say I like the Vita as much as the next guy because it really didn't matter to me. But like, let's talk about the important things, bro. Some of us want to play real games. No, shout out to the Vita. It was a really cool system.
Yo, all 12 of the Vita fans
like,
really got pissed off.
they were in there, bro. Like, come on. Where's the PC people? But if you can download, even if you don't get PS3, which I don't know how they don't have a way of playing PS3 games on a PC, because allegedly I could Google search right now and find a way to play PS3 games on my PC. Allegedly. I'm not saying I could. I'm just saying the information's out there. But
the internet's free.
You know what I'm saying? The internet is free. What I'm saying is, even if you can download PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, sure, PSP games, PS4, maybe even PS5 games on a PC, dog, that's kind of crazy. That's pretty insane. Because then that changes the game a bit. Because Game Pass has a lot of games. They have a lot of games, but they don't have all the originals of their franchise. Like they don't have these people. Like, you know how many good PS2 games there were? You know how many classics are on the PlayStation? If you're telling me I could play Xenogears on my PC, you don't like. It's that type of stuff alone will get people to sign up for this. Because me personally, I already said it before, if this drops and it's gas, I'll have Game Pass and I'll have PlayStation. I just really won't buy games that often because I'll have so many games, like an excessive amount of games. The PS2 was the king for a reason. Now, cloud-based on the PS3, maybe I might suffer through it a little bit. I remember I used to play on PlayStation Now and it wasn't terrible. And I'm only assuming it got better since then. Like Azura's Wrath, I remember I was playing, the Ninja Gaidens. There's so many good PS3 games. And like, oh man, there's just, it's a lot. But it really ultimately depends if I can download it, because I'm not going to sit here and stream every single game that I want to play. It just doesn't seem viable to me, you know? Mm-hmm. And the prices are actually pretty competitive, if you would have asked me, because I was thinking Sony was going to do like, the most expensive one is what, $18? That's not much more than what I pay for Game Pass. That's like $1 more maybe. And I get if you're telling me I can play PS5 games on there too, like I don't know, like that just seems like a vibe to me. That seems like a good deal.
I will go straight to the elephant in the room.
Go for it.
Of course, they said that of course, Jim Ryan has come out and said, he's like, yeah, first party exclusives, we not gonna put them joints on there because it's really gonna hurt our overall sales. Now, from the business side of this, I'm like, I understand, because as a business, you understand you got a certain amount of clout with your first party titles. You know, people are looking out for your joints. People are looking out for an Uncharted. People are looking out for a God of War. People are looking out for a Horizon. You know what I'm saying? They're looking out for these stuffs heavily. These titles are like, again, really, really sought after. Like putting like a Spider-Man or something like that, like the next Spider-Man, the next Wolverine and stuff.
Yeah.
They are really, 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 really heavy. So putting them on the, this PlayStation Plus plan and putting them in there day one could possibly short them of some revenue going forward. Like, yo, people could buy this separately. You know what I'm saying? Or do like a movie release and do like, okay, we'll keep it here for like maybe like a year or something like that, and then we'll ship it straight to digital, put it in rotation after that, and see what's going on. But it could possibly short them millions depending on that from a business perspective. So I understand why they did it. Now, from the overall competitive perspective and my gamer perspective, I'm like, bro, that just kind of sours it a little bit for me. But I can understand positionally, brand awareness, brand loyalty, and stuff like that. Xbox is not in the same position as Microsoft, and Microsoft has a lag when it comes to these first party titles that they're gonna drop in the next few years. So they're gonna commit to make sure they have the ecosystem around this thing, and they want to draw everybody into that plan of the ecosystem. Go ahead.
Who has the lag? Because I think you said Microsoft, and you're confusing me a little bit.
I mean in terms of first party stature.
Yeah.
First party stature.
You said that Microsoft has the lag?
Yes, like they're
Oh,
like,
okay, no,
they're
because
behind. Yeah, they're catching up. They're
okay,
catching
okay,
up in
okay.
terms of they got to drop like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
new,
yeah, yeah,
they
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
drop a new Gears. They got to drop a new Halo. They got to drop a new, the Perfect Dark remake. They got to drop
Absolutely,
all
absolutely.
these their first party arsenal is not as big as PlayStation.
1000%.
So I feel like the fact that they don't have that much weight in that department,
Yeah.
they are more willing to commit that to the Game Pass.
Yeah.
And so that enables more people like, yo, listen, they're putting all their hot drops day one, Back for Blood, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, like new titles on their stuff day one from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that entices more people to get in there. So I feel like that immediate comparison is like, damn, Microsoft's doing it, PlayStation's not. It seems like even though they're closely priced, it feels like, yo, we're getting way more value out of the Xbox Game Pass just because they're putting their major titles and stuff on there. From the face value, that's what it looks like. From the face value, that's what it's looking like. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean.
Like, I'm just like, damn, that sucks, because it depends on, people are seeing that, or somebody, they're just taking that context of, okay, we're seeing Xbox doing it, but PlayStation's not. PlayStation must be, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, they must be on some other shit. They must be rocking with people. I feel like it's just tough because PlayStation don't want to sell themselves short with all the exclusives and stuff that they got. Me personally, I'm selfish, so I'm like, put all that shit on there. But I understand why you wouldn't spring to put all your best titles on that stuff and possibly short yourself millions if you're not boosting the price of this whole entire service, if you put it on there.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's hard. It's hard to, it's easy to compare, but it's not when you actually look at it and what their model is in terms of their direction, strategy, and just general field position in terms of the gaming industry. The approach is different because, okay, for them, I think for Xbox side, it's this. They have to continually create a ecosystem that's conducive to, okay, we want you in here for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have the biggest position to gain because we're trying to work towards getting more people, new eyes on the platform, new eyes on stuff that they haven't seen before. We don't have the brand value to stand on. We don't have the brand foundation as much as PlayStation.
Yeah.
We don't. So we're going to be able to, rock with a lot more, a lot of our exclusives. Exclusives, we'll put it on there because we don't have any problem with that because we want you in the ecosystem. We want you there. You can play it on PC? Cool. Day one, got that. Xbox PC? Cool. For PlayStation side, I felt like they wanted to clean up some of the services they were offering just for consolidation's sake, for one, and two, provide that alternative for, streaming thing. Because eventually they were going to get into the streaming space, whether we like it or not. Whether Microsoft did this thing or not, everybody was going to move towards that gaming subscription model because that is what it is.
Yeah.
But they were just not in a position, or they didn't feel in a position comfortable to put any of their first party exclusives on there because they probably generated enough money on their own in that right. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the X factor, which one has and the other one doesn't, is like the presence of their first party, and that's why that difference was there. From a selfish perspective, damn, that shit sucks, and it kind of turns me off a little bit from the product because I'm like, dang, I kind of want to have first party joints. So I'm seeing it and I'm just kind of making that immediate association in my head. But when you look at all the variables and the perspectives of PlayStation and why they would make the decisions that they make for this product and model, I understand. Now, there's some little things in there that I'm like, I don't like cloud streaming. It's not consistent whatsoever.
It's never consistent.
For PlayStation 3, there's so many good titles in there, and the fact that you can't figure out a way to make that happen, I feel like it's a little bit laziness on your end. Like, you couldn't really find a way to make that downloadable. You had everything else under the works, but you couldn't, find it, spend a little bit more money and do some R&D and figure out why or how you can make that downloadable on that side. Seems a little bit turn off for me. And then the PC presence of only streaming, I'm like, okay, if you want to get into this PC game and you already started to make strides for it, this would be a logical step to include that stuff on PC in full, not just only streaming.
Yeah.
In a couple areas, it just feels a little bit half-assed. To me, in my opinion, it feels half-assed. So there's some things they could have went all in on, but it's just like, okay, cool, we just got to make these ends fit. Let's put this on top of that. Okay, PlayStation Now, PlayStation Plus did the same thing. Cool. Let's put them there. Let's make sure we don't put that in there because that's too much money we're losing on that. And it's just like they moved a couple pieces in there instead of taking the time to really round out the service for something that's good value, but not like, okay, we're throwing all our chips into one service and, you have everything here.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. And that's why I said that ultimately will come down for me, will be if one, I can download games onto my PC, that would be the biggest yes or no. Like that would actually change. If I can't download games on my PC, I'm just straight up not getting it. Point blank period. I'm not gonna pay money to have a choppy experience. It makes no sense. It makes no sense when I'm paying the same amount for Xbox. You're absolutely right on that front. If I can download games on my PC, the next thing that would change the value of this for me or not, honestly, the quality of games that are on there. Because I honestly, personally, not having exclusives, it does suck. I will say that it does suck, but it's not a deal breaker for me personally, just because I don't mind waiting for games, because I have so many games that I have to play regardless. So while you're 100% correct, because that's why a lot of people get Game Passes, because I want to play Forza. I don't want to pay $60 for one game, but $15, I can play the new Forza on the day one. That sounds like a solid idea to me. It makes a lot of sense. Me personally, I'm kind of more into it on the side of like, I want to play the older games that I didn't get a chance to play. I want to play, I want to relive some things. It seems like a really good market, and ultimately it depends on, it'll change on what price point I get based on the things that I get as a PC player.
I can agree with that.
It's sad because Sony's kind of acting like Nintendo in that aspect of like, we really value our like exclusives, which is fine to do, but it's also you're competing in a space where you have competition. Now, there's no Xbox game that's like Ratchet and Clank or like Spider-Man, but that doesn't mean that your games are the holy grail of games. There's people like me, I love Ratchet and Clank. I haven't played the new one because I don't have a PlayStation 5 and I don't want to spend that much money for a PlayStation 5. And even if I had a PlayStation 5 right now, $60 for Ratchet and Clank is still pretty high for me. Still pretty high for a lot of people. There's people, my cousin has a PS5. He wants the game, but he's like, I'm waiting for a sale. Because these games are cool, but not every single one of your IPs might be $60 to a lot of fans. So it really depends on how much PC love it gets, truly, because that's what makes Game Pass as valuable as it is. I promise you, Game Pass is not as big as it is because of just Xbox fans. If they called it PC Game Pass, more people would rep it. I swear they would. But it's literally like
they called it. They changed the name. They called it.
No,
PC Game Pass. I'm like sure.
It's like
Xbox Game Pass for PC or PC Game Pass.
No, they have a Twitter. I think it's I'll check it in a second, but I think it's like Xbox PC Game Pass or something like that. It's something clunky, but
let me see. No, oh wait, hold on. Okay, all right. The actual Twitter username is Xbox Game Pass PC, but then their name is just PC Game Pass. And their PFP is PC Game Pass. See, that's all I'm saying. I was like. But it's they fully leaned into it.
No, they did. But what I'm saying is like, because it has like that history of being Xbox Game Pass, like me telling people to get Game Pass, there's two people in my life who have been trying to get Game Pass, and they hit me with the same excuse like 3 times in a row, which was like, I don't have an Xbox, and I was like, I swear to fucking God. Like, I've told you this 3 times now. Stop playing on Game Pass's name. But yeah, I think this is going to be, I think it's going to be interesting. Me and Panda plan on getting a PS5 sometime this year. We'll see where the money is. But if I don't get if I can't download things on my PC, oh man, it's
tough.
It's really going to be PlayStation Essentials for your boy. And I'm just buy the games that I want to play and just play everything else on PC.
Yeah, man. It's going to come down to a lot of different factors on it, man. It's just,
you can't come to this half-assed. You just can't. Like, not in this fight when you're this far behind. Are you kidding me?
Facts. I feel like there's too many open variables for you to, again, mess up on. And the delivery of the service, whether it be cloud or downloadable, the content that you actually have, again, they said that they're going to drop with, they have God of War, they have Death Stranding, they have Spider-Man PS4, Mortal Kombat 11, Returnal that's going to drop at first. But then what are the other things that you're going to actively curate to come in and out of the catalog? That's going to be also very important. Third party as well. What third party stuff you're going to have access to that you can have that Xbox doesn't. You know what I mean? How are you going to, kind of straddle that line? Now, there's a lot of unknowns in the situation that PlayStation's coming to, and they're a little bit late to the party. So, are they going to, again, just kind of make some? Is the system going to be makeshift in a sense that, okay, they just combined the two services, added some sprinkles here, there, and there, and just made it for their existing base? Or they're actually going to try and make a really viable, attractive product in the market that's, that's actually on some similar weighting to Xbox Game Pass? That time will tell.
Yeah.
But for me, I've seen this comparison made before so far, with the discourse on all this stuff. And it's like, okay, people were like, Xbox is really trying to, go hard and trying to save some position and gain some position and make this an attractive product for everyone, like for everybody. And whereas PlayStation, they're trying to make a good product and combine the services and stuff, but it's kind of more for the fan base that they already have and better serving them.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily, okay, we need to gain even more position, but just, find a better way to maintain some type of, I guess support or servicing or better quality for the people that they already have in their player base.
Yeah.
Because they're already that far ahead. So it's like maintenance and kind of staying in that pocket, whereas Microsoft has to gain ground.
Yeah.
That's why I was seeing it as. And that's why I feel like sometimes the rationale behind what decisions that were being made, okay, putting first party, not first party, PC activity and PC, I guess, strategy behind it, how it might differ from one side to another. We'll find out in time how PC is being treated and how other aspects of this service is. But for now, I can say, again, side eye, close side eye.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm in. I'm not in yet at all. But we're gonna keep a close eye on this, man, because we gotta compare you in the race. I'm sorry, it's too late. You dropped the streaming service. It's too late, bro. You dropped the game sub service. You're already being compared, man. So we're gonna see how this unfolds in due time.
Yeah, I don't want to say that I have high hopes, because every time I have high hopes, I get disappointed. So we're just gonna wait.
Yeah,
we're gonna wait.
We are going.
We're gonna wait.
Hold it down. Oh, I forgot to put this in the notes. Crap, I completely forgot to do it in the notes, but I'll just drop it here. So basically, kind of, I feel like it was like an immediate response and a counter to it. But basically, Microsoft reported that Microsoft is just gonna have their Xbox Game Pass family plan launching this year. So it's going to have like 5 players within the same country to access that library rather than buying 5 separate passes. So they're trying to up the gun even more with this stuff. So your thoughts on Xbox Game Pass family plans possibly coming this year?
I think that's nuts, and I really want it. I want it. I like the Nintendo family plan is pretty sick. Not the $80 one, but the $35 one. It's pretty cool because you can like just be like, hey, everybody send me like $3 and you can pay for it. I wish the number was a little bit higher than 5, but I guess we'll make a shake. Because even if it's something like $50, right, for 5 people,
yeah,
that's like for if I get Ultimate Game Pass, which is what I have now, I'm saving $7, and I could find 5 people that have Game Pass. So I think it's a pretty good idea. I think it's definitely it's definitely them trying to like widen that gap a little bit from between them and Sony. But the frustrating thing about this is that like Sony could absolutely crush this race. They just don't want to. Like that's really what's crazy about it. It's like they know that they could if they were put as much effort into it as Xbox, they would be crushed. They would be killing it right now, but they don't because they just don't think that they need to. Maybe it's just like we're seeing it from a different side of things. Like maybe in Japan, it's a completely different ecosystem. Like if we were to go over there, the gaming culture is completely different. Because right now, I feel like Xbox is all over the place. I feel like I see Xbox everywhere, but maybe in Japan, they have such a chokehold on that market that it doesn't. To them, it's like, what do you mean? There's no Game Pass over here.
I still feel that like that's the case in a large margin.
You know what I'm saying? Like they must be like they just don't see it.
Man, Sony's just Sony's a market leader everywhere. So it's like, okay, for us, where Microsoft is making their biggest stand, probably in North America, and we're seeing a lot of marketing and efforts just being pushed out to make it the best service that it can be. A lot of it originates from here. When we look at other markets, you've seen like Sony always dominates like MPD stuff from from like Europe. Every other continent, bro.
Yeah.
Like dead ass every other continent, they just dominate all the numbers. And it's like, like that or Switch. You know what I'm saying? They'll always be like up to the top by a good margin or maybe closer or something like that.
Yeah.
So for them, it's just like, why would we need to, waste or potentially, you know, waste or spend more money to further our position where we're already that far away. And now for them, I feel like it's just kind of like a maintenance job, kind of doing things to increase value, but within the margin of we maintain our existing user base because it's already gotten to this major point. I feel like that natural progression of other people looking to the brand just off of, you know, value, just off of perception from word of mouth or different type of things, just hearing about it, that there more will come that way. So it just depends. It just depends, man. But I feel like they're in the spot where they don't need to do too much to, push on it. They don't got to prove themselves to nobody. That's what I feel like they're doing, and that's cool. I just want more competition. So Microsoft, hurry up, because I want the best. I want the best products, and I want the best services for these games, for game services, for game companies, all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, it only benefits me. So keep fighting. Keep fighting.
Absolutely.
That's all I got. For real, man. All right. Hey, that was a good little chunk of time. Oh my gosh.
It was some very important topic.
Finally got a system. Deep breath. All right. 16 episodes coming, bro. It was a long time. But yeah, let's move on to some other news. Some fantastic news. After the successful launch of Fortnite Zero Build Mode, Epic has gone against the grain of potential reports that suggested that it will be going away, making no build mode a permanent fixture. It is now a permanent mode in Fortnite, baby. It's now a permanent mode. We made it. How you feeling, Wen?
I'm actually pretty happy. It's actually really funny. I've been playing a lot more Fortnite these days. Regular Fortnite and Save the World, which is the other game mode that's a part of the game.
I'm playing Save the World too? Oh,
yeah, no, I love Save the World. I hated Fortnite BR because it killed that mode, which was like literally the mode that created that game.
It was the game.
It was the game. Like that was the whole game, and the BR was the mode. But I've been playing a good amount of it. It's really fun. It's just a fun game. It has, bar none, the only game I could see competing with it in terms of cosmetics is Overwatch and League of Legends. But honestly, Fortnite, I think Fortnite has officially beat them with their collaborations. Well, with their collaborations, it's impossible to compete. Because like you'll have League of Legends doing like a skin for Echo that looks like Static Shock. They won't call him Static Shock, but he looks like Static Shock. Yeah, it's like electrified, whatever. But like Fortnite will have actual Static Shock in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll do that type of things. Like they have
the bag to get the actual branding rights and all that stuff.
They get the best. Like on the battle pass is Doctor Strange. You think I love Doctor Strange, so I'm definitely on that game. I'm definitely grinding the battle pass. I'm grinding missions. I'm trying to get the character. It's a good, outside of cosmetics, just gameplay wise, it's pretty fun. Is it the best battle royale? I think Apex, like gameplay wise, is more challenging. It's more satisfying to me. But the moment to moment is different. So in Apex, every time I load into a game of Apex, I'm with 3 people. We're W keying all the fights. If we're playing pubs, we're just trying to get into some action, because that's the fun of Apex, is getting into some action and like killing people. Whereas Fortnite, the fun comes from literally just anything. You don't want to fight regular people? Well, let's go beat up some NPCs. You want to just go fishing for a little bit? Sure, let's go fishing. The quests for the battle pass, way more fun, hands down, because there's just more to it. It's like Apex is like, play 12 games as a Mirage, do 5,000 damage as Mirage. Like, sure, whatever. But like Fortnite will be like, yo, go over here and fight this mini boss. All right, now steal the car and drive. Like it's more interactive, I feel. It's also easier to get your friends to play Fortnite because you can play up to 4 people. There's a bunch of different modes. There's modes that people create. Like there's just so much to this game. I really wish it didn't, like, not that I wish the worst for it, but I wasn't expecting this game to be as fun as it was with no building. Like I didn't think it was going to come back and be a part of my life anymore. I thought I was done with Fortnite, but here I am, like, hoping they bring the Naruto skins back to the rotation because I'm trying to buy them.
Bro, on everything, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. Listen. I need to go back and find that soundbite of me saying I will never go back to Fortnite unless they drop that no build mode. I remember saying it like episode 3 or 4. I remember it was early. It was early days. I was like, bro, I'm not coming back. And when I dropped back in, it just felt good. It felt completely different for all the right reasons.
Yeah.
Like there was so much life added to the game state. It was so much quality of life updates. There were so many, map changes that were actually pretty positive. So many little things here and there just made the game super fun. I have no problem playing games like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like I could go. Tell me to play 6 hours of Apex, I'll probably scoff at you because I'm gonna be pissed off at the end.
I can't do that.
Tell me to play 6 hours of Fortnite right now, I'm gonna be like, yo, listen, it might be a little bit tedious, but there's gonna be more fun moments than Apex. I'm gonna keep it a stack right now.
Yeah.
Because there's so much random stuff to do. You got the cars got actual radio stations, you know what I'm saying? So many different POIs, so many different little instances you can get to in terms of the map. No building whatsoever. I don't see no towers in sight. No ivory towers, you know what I'm saying? No dark tower from Stephen King novels. No nothing in my sight. No people building up 85-story things. As soon as I step outside and throw a shot up in the air, there's none of that. It's just straight guns, straight fight. It's straight action.
The MMR is also a lot better.
Facts.
Like you don't have to worry about preds in your lobby. I never played a day. Before this season, I never played a day of ranked on PC in my life unless it was like, unless it was like one of you guys was playing ranked and you just started ranking and y'all were like, we need a third. I'll be like, yeah, sure, because I'm always bronze. That's the thing, is like all my friends play ranked, but I'm never helped them because I'm always bronze. I remember like I never played a game of ranked, yet there I see pred trails in my pub lobbies. That didn't make any sense to me. So I was just like, it's just not fun when you get destroyed like that. But like with Fortnite, there are games where I'll get beat up. I'll be 6th place, 5th place, whatever. But then there are some games that I'll win because they've adjusted. And even though there are actual bots in the game, I don't mind them because like it's free loot. Like I'll just kill this bot that can't hit a shot. I'm gonna get all the bullets that I need, and I'm not even gonna have to shoot anymore. I just have to just drive my car and find some more people to kill. It's just fun. It's just they figured out the formula.
Listen, and again, there's so many little things that they added. So many like dope inclusions that make the game just so easy to play and so much more palatable for people to drop into, man. Like there's so much stuff. I can go into detail all day. I'm actually about to, get to my bag and try and get some content out on it. But in general, I'm just saying like the game is actually so like it's just fun.
It's a fun game.
Fun. And even when like the latter end of when I last played with y'all, like we got into actual like full lobbies with people, and I was like, I wasn't even mad. I was like, oh shoot, you actually got an SMG now. Okay, it's kind of crazy. Cool. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. But in overall, it's just fantastic. The only 2 pet peeves I would say I would have for the game state, maybe they change this by the time I'm coming back this weekend or I'll see it again. 1, tanks. Holy hell. They are so fun, but at the same time, they are so destructive and terrible. This man just, I think the second to last game I played, this dude literally rode the tank. He rode the tank the entire way through, and we were the last 2 people there. And then he just destroyed everybody. We're like me and Charles, I think we're the last 2 people in the squad. And the tank just rolled through, wrecked everybody, and that was it. There's no stopping it. That's bad. But go ahead. You want to say something about the tank?
They added RPGs.
Oh, they did? Oh.
RPGs that lock onto vehicles.
Oh, yeah. Scratch it off the list. Scratch it off.
I was gonna say, they've addressed something. It's not a nerf, but it's definitely something like if you're running with a team of 3.
Better, I know they had remote explosives, but I was like, people aren't really, I'm
gonna run up to it. Yeah, like I want to run up to a tank. This isn't Battlefield. I'm not doing that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, maybe not. But okay, RPGs are back in the rotation. Perfect.
Yeah.
Scratch that off the list. Actually, this kind of also solves the other question technically.
What is it?
But the gun rotation, I would like to see more variety come back into play. I know they have they had the Ranger, they had the burst assault, they had a couple of shotguns, like 2 ARs, 2 shotguns, 1 sniper and stuff. I'd love to see the rotation probably get updated a little bit more.
Yeah.
And just have more variety in there. That would be great for me. Bring back the old AR, bring back the classic AR. You know what I'm saying? Since we're at it, since we're asking for stuff. Bring back the classic AR, bring back the old sniper and whatnot. I wouldn't be mad at it. And that's pretty much it. But again, it's kind of already solving itself if they're adding RPGs and certain weapons to, counteract, certain stuff on the map. But overall, Fortnite 0 build, long may it continue.
Yeah.
Yes.
The only issue I have, and this is just a Fortnite thing, so I don't think it will get changed anytime soon, but maybe with enough player feedback. But I think that healing while you walk would be a great addition. Even if it's a slow walk, even if it's like just regular walking. Because like before you used to just build a little cube and you healed up.
Yeah.
But that's not the case anymore because you can't build anything.
Yeah.
So like I would love to be able to heal when I walked, even just so I can strafe like sniper shots or something, like just either that or make
I agree.
like I want to say make healing a little bit faster, but I feel like healing while you walk at the same time would be way better in my opinion. Because if I just crack you and you just like run away and just like pop 6 heals in like 2 seconds, like I'm gonna be mad. But I feel like even if it's a slower walk, yeah,
I'd rather the slight movement on it. To be honest.
But that's really like that, and when that's really the only issues I have. Again, we'll come back to this. We will come back if Fortnite is actually unbalanced or whacked. Like we will say it. But as of right now, it's pretty fun. I'm having a lot of fun in that. I'm having a lot of fun in Save the World. Like it's a vibe. It's definitely a big vibe.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, no, I don't even like.
Not me.
Not me at all, son. Not even like I log in for dailies. Who am I? Bro, like this is insane.
It's different, bro.
It's different.
And the fact that the games are actually like fairly fast too. It's not like Apex, certain things get dragged out to like no end. It'll be like 40-minute game, like 30-40-minute game sometimes. Fortnite games usually end fairly quickly. Like the only, I guess, time elapsed, like the longer times will be like you finding the last person or the last few people to fight. Yeah. But usually the storm progresses fairly quickly, and you get in, unless like it's a glitch or something like that. The queue into the next joint is really fast. Yeah. You go from right there in the menu, join next match. You don't have to go right back. You don't have to go right to the lobby. You can go join next match, join next party, go back to the lobby. Just accessibility, so good. It just speed, efficiency.
On top of that, I don't know if I showed this to you guys, but there's also like an accessibility so that if you're somebody who can't really hear footsteps too well, you can see that. Yeah. It's such a good option.
That's the exact thing I was talking about too. Yo, that's the exact thing, bro. Oh,
seeing audio.
That is such a good. I was talking about the other day as well. That is literally on par for me with the Apex ping system as some of the most like innovative and helpful options I've ever seen in like multiplayer games. Yeah. All like in its entirety over the past like 5 to 10 years. That option should be an industry standard. I'm going to talk about it at another day. Yeah. I was like, yo, that option right there is literally like that's ping system tier. That's Apex ping system tier. Yeah. That's goated. That's a top tier option.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, literally. Fortnite, how y'all making me smile like this, boy? It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
What got you smiling like this? You just think about Fortnite?
Hey, bro, chill.
Chill.
Oh, shoot, man. That's crazy, man. That's dope, man. Shout out to Fortnite. And from a smile of pure joy to a smile of possible laughter and a little bit of, awkward shame, we're here to talk about E3, yeah? Yeah, we're here to talk about E3. So, according to several corroborated reports, it has now been set in stone that E3 2022 is officially canceled in all formats and fashions and will not go down. This is the furthest voluntary scale back of the annual ESA event, as last year was only digital, and the year before that was forced to be cut out due to COVID's first appearance in mass. Now, not even 2 minutes after the news broke of this, the Mountain Dew and Dorito Pope himself, Jeff Keighley, just dropped the wink emoji. You know what I'm saying? He was in the cut on Twitter, just ding. And now, of course, for y'all that don't know, he runs the Summer Game Fest event, and it looks like the man's ready to get E3 up out of here, like in full extent, to the fullest order, and take the summer game event block, man. It might be his. So, hey, is E3 done? Is it done? What's going on, Win?
So so it's funny because we've actually never, since we are a video game podcast, we should probably discuss what we're gonna do for that week of Summer Games Week now, since we don't have E3 anymore.
Oh my god, that's like
that's gonna be a lot of news, and I don't know if one podcast will be enough to do it. But
that's a very good point.
Like that's gonna be nuts, but we can figure that out. We can figure that out later. The thing about I know we got till June though. We got to April, May, June. Yeah, we got 2 months. But summer, it's kind of scary because E3 being canceled means that Summer Games Fest is gonna be even longer. And if you're somebody who watched Summer Games Fest like I did, it felt like literally 4 days of like 12-hour streams is what it felt like.
That was long.
And it's not that I don't like. I think I cannot remember her name. Her name is Jeanette Garcia. She's a game reviewer for Kind of Funny, but she tweeted out like, I don't know why you guys are super happy about E3 being canceled, because now we're gonna have more people trying to take its spot. So we're gonna have all these different game shows or game announcement like type vibes, where people are gonna have to sit there for like 6 hours to only really find a few important things to cover, kind of thing. Because like because she writes video game reviews. Damn, I really wish I had the tweet, but because she's a video game journalist. They're like, we watch the entirety of these shows, and then we have to play for 3 weeks. We have to play what should we cover and what should we not cover because of how much stuff is given to us. And I remember sitting there. I think you were there when it was me, you, and King. Shout outs to King. We were trying to do live reactions to the E3 announcements or the Xbox conference. But,
yeah, I feel like you're right. Yeah.
So like I remember sitting there, and a lot of it was just, okay, meh. Oh, this is really sick. Meh. Okay. Or like there was a point where I just pulled my phone out and I was just like texting my girlfriend because I was like, you guys are going in on this game that I never heard of, don't really care about. Like, there's no hype generator for this game, and now you want to show me a 30-minute demonstration about something about an open world RPG. Like, I've seen this a lot already. So like, they just need to cut it short. They need to wrap it up. I'm not saying cut things out. Like, but I remember when Slime Rancher 2 got announced, they announced it and they kept it pushing. That's all I want. I want dates. I want what the game is. If it's something I don't know about, show me what makes this game worthy of my money. That's all you got to show me. Don't show me all the character plot lines. I remember sitting through a Call of Duty Vanguard breakdown of the story. They brought the voice actor out, the whole nine, and I was like, we're really talking about Call of Duty for the campaign right now? This is what we play Call of Duty? That's not why we play Call of Duty. Let's wrap it up, B. Wrap it up. We don't have enough time for all this. Like, that's the biggest issue I have with the game shows, is that they're just so bloated sometimes because you guys are trying to show us things and blow things up more than what we want, you know? Like, I told you this today. I started playing Guardians of the Galaxy, and I remember seeing Guardians of the Galaxy, I think at Game Awards or the showcase or the summer showcase, and I remember being like, this game is trash. I didn't see a lot of it, and I was like, this shit's kind of ass. And I'm playing it now. This game is actually pretty sick. I wish I would have seen better shit, but you guys showed me all the dumb things about it, and I was like, you know, like, you figure it out. We don't have a week long. Figure it out. There's ways to convey the message without killing me with all the extra stuff.
That's a fact. I gotta echo that sentiment. Honestly, it's like, yo. Now, while a small part of me is sad that E3 is gone. Yeah. Because as a kid, you know, as everybody, as a gamer, you know, you want to go to E3.
Yes, sir.
Don't lie to me. If y'all are telling stop.
You're lying.
You want to be front row when they dropping all these fire games and stuff like that and whatnot. You know how bad I wanted to go to E3 after 2014 when they dropped that Kingdom Hearts 3 reveal for the first time?
Yo,
like,
dude.
I gotta do something.
I gotta make it shake. I gotta do something.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta make something shake, bro. You want to go to E3, but the fact is that they couldn't change with the times or adapt hard enough to what this current state was, and comply with the different, I guess just different factors that they're dealing with, bro. I feel like they kind of got a big head, the ESA.
Yeah.
They kind of got a big head, and it's like, yo, bro, like, at some point, we're just gonna figure out to do whatever we do. And Nintendo went first to the tree houses, and then PlayStation was like, bro, we need to come be y'all stuff. And now
that was the biggest blow. That was the decline right there.
That was the death blow to me, yeah, again, because everybody was like, all right, cool, dang, if they dropping, we going too. So I feel like it was partly the ESA's own fault because they didn't find a way to best adapt to keep everybody on board, and they thought that their platform was bigger than the actual focus of what the event should be, the games and the game companies that are bringing all this content to the world. And I felt like that kind of shot them in the foot. So a little part of me is sad. The rest of me does not care. As long as I hear about some of these games coming down the line in whatever format, it is what it is. Now, I have to focus on that part of it. Summer Game Fest and what will be the next palatable format or the next major platform, you know what I'm saying, to take the helm. Of course, the front runner probably is Summer Game Fest, but whoever it is, whether it be its own predominant ones, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. Let's focus on this right now. Let's nip it in the bud here. If you don't really have anything to show, just leave it till the end of the year or next year when you got a little something. Like, let's make sure we condense these shows as best as possible. Like, I forgot which one it was, bro. I think it was Xbox one year. One year, as like Xbox made a year or two ago, they just went game after game after game after game.
I think it might have been the last one. I think Xbox. Might have been the. It might have been the first time that I was like, wow, Xbox did a really good job because they just did game.
And it was like, yo, game trailer, gameplay, game trailer, gameplay,
world premiere, world premiere. Like it was nuts.
And I'm just like, that is what you should do every single time.
Yeah.
Like damn near every single time. And a good I'm about to say a good portion of them had actual gameplay attached to them. So I was like, all right, cool. Yeah. Listen, that's fine. That's fine. And every game show, every game reporting platform, especially in the summer window, when all these major stuff is announced and it's like, you know, gaming Super Bowl commercial time and everybody's new stuff is trying to drop out. Like this needs to be a really, really fine-tuned format where we're not just sitting at a PC game show, just sitting there on a talk show format for like 8 hours as you're interviewing guest after guest after guest for 45 minutes, answering like the same 5 questions basically. We need condensed format, but also we need a lot of stuff if you're gonna do it. Like you can't half-ass this. If you're Jeff Keighley, and I know he got connects, bro. He locked in with Kojima and whatnot. He trying to make calls and make stuff happen, but you have to make sure the format is solid for the summer. You can't have any, you know. Listen, I will say this. You can have your week to fill up with content. You can sit down, have, you know what I'm saying, developer interviews, do all that stuff. But I'm talking about the main stage presentations. If you want to have a main stage block that people will come to your platform and care about, full on, be like sit down in their seats like an E3 or a state of play or something like that. You need to make sure your content is condensed. You make sure you come with some hard-hitting stuff, a good variety of stuff. You make sure you get as much gameplay as you can from these developers. Because I don't want to sit here and see half a CGI trailer shot of, like, you know what I'm saying, somebody whistling for like 5 minutes, and then that's it. That can't be all the show is.
Yeah.
So as the paradigm of these gaming show platforms in the summer shifts, the paradigm of what we see in these shows needs to shift as well. So as people are considering what to bring in next in terms of, oh, who's going to take up that new mantle, please consider what you bring to that mantle as well. Yeah. Let's make content. You know what I'm saying? Let's make content packed again. Let's do that.
What are you developers bringing to the table? Is what we're asking on this podcast. Facts, what are you developers bringing to the table?
Are you a high value platform?
Are you a high value developer? I'm just saying, as a gamer, as an alpha gamer, I need to know what you're bringing to the table.
I just want to know, man. Listen. Is your trailer count over 5 minutes without any actual gameplay? Not high value.
That's
not high value.
It sounds used to me. It sounds. I'm just saying. The trailer that you guys were showing seems like there was a lot of CGI work done. Me personally, cinematic trailer doesn't sound like gameplay to me. Doesn't sound like a stay-at-home game for me.
Adjustable 6 out of 10.
Adjustable 6 out of 10. Oh my god.
Oh,
no, but it's
guys,
no, for sure. It's just so funny because it's like I agree with you. No, it's funny. You said 2014. 2014 was also the year that I was like, I gotta get to E3 because I remember being at my cousin's house and we were just watching TV and it was E3 was going on, but like I don't think it happened yet. But I think you know how every time right before the show things leak.
Yeah.
And like he threw his phone down in front of me. And I was like, what's this? And I saw the words Konami come up. And I'm like, I'm like, whoa, Castlevania? He's like, Castlevania, bro. Come on, stop disrespecting yourself. And then I saw like the music come in. I watched that Metal Gear Solid trailer like 17 times. Yeah. Yo, the song was Nuclear by, I can't remember his name. I think it's like Mike something. But like, I remember watching it. The crow, like the fucking ashes on the face. I remember that trailer by like the back of my, so good. And I remember sitting there like, damn, son. I gotta get to one of these shows because I would have fucking exploded in my seat if I was sitting in the audience when I seen that happen. Oh man, but it's sad to see. Hopefully, if this is just E3 is done for forever. One thing that I would like to see some change is if it's a cinematic, you can post it on YouTube. You don't have to put it in the gameplay show. You know what I'm saying? Like you can just throw it on YouTube. We'll catch it. Or if it's a short cinematic or whatever, that's fine. Like if it's a quick announcement, sure. But like. Don't give me 3 minutes of anything that you don't have gameplay for. Like, or don't give me 3 minutes of you panning around a room. Give me more like if you're gonna give me a cinematic, show me the world, not a room, unless the whole world is in the one room. But one thing I would love to see, because we don't have the E3 showcase, in E3 you're allowed to play like test builds and things like that. I'm sure we're probably never going to be able to get to some kind of thing like that, but I would love for more demos to be playable when you announce the game, because I think that generates good.
That's a whole nother conversation in and of itself.
Yeah,
bro.
like
what happened to game demos for real? But that's a whole
no, for sure. But I remember there was an E3 where they announced Plants vs Zombies Plants vs Zombies and Battlefield Hardline. Both those games, the same time they got announced, they both dropped demos, and on the same day, like they were like downloaded right now, and I was like, this is cool.
Yo, you're right.
Nintendo will just drop the full game when they announce it sometimes. But like that's what I miss, is like, if we're not gonna have physical places where we can go and test these games out, can you please at least let us like test out a demo, a quick build, anything, you know? Because I think it would be better for the people looking for it. But yeah, just don't really waste our time with things we don't really need too much. Like, just get to the meat and the potatoes. We just don't have a lot of time. Or if you feel like you're competing with too many of these trailers, drop your trailer not during E3. I know it's a crazy, don't drop it in June. Drop it after June or drop it before June. It's a crazy concept, but if you feel like you want to show your game off with more time, I'm willing to watch a 3-minute trailer in August, in like right now. If you sent it in March, April, like these months, they're free game. People are going to watch it because they don't have anything else to watch. But I just don't see the purpose in everybody releasing E3 when you have crazy announcements. Like, how do you compete against Final Fantasy VII when you're just an indie game? Don't do that. Don't do it to yourself. Like, how can you compete against a Kingdom Hearts release? Like, you can't do it. Just release it a different day. It doesn't have to be that day.
Facts. Literally. Be smart, people. Be smart. Pull a Ghost of Tsushima, just drop during the summer, and nobody will buy you. You will literally have all the time in the world. Trust me, it's not gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Facts, bro. Facts. Oh man, that was also a really good count.
This is good news. There's good news.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of good stuff going on, man. But on to the next topic. In They Really About This Bag news, the popular and newly merged anime broadcasting app known as Crunchyroll is shutting down free streaming shows from spring of this year. Now, a little bit more context here. So they cut out the free simulcast content that people are still looking for. Content they can broadcast for free, but they're kind of pushing the timing back. So instead of you get this cast like a day after the premium subscribers and whatnot, you'll probably get like a week to two after. Possibly for some shows you won't get it. You won't get it for a good little while. The timing is still TBD. But the fact that they're kind of rolling back on this is like, dang, bro. That's what the hell y'all doing? You're the only app out here now. For real.
No, they said
Funimation. This is PlayStation putting y'all onto this, huh?
They said, yo, the price of the brick is it's going up, son.
Price of the brick going up.
I'm sorry.
What's going on, man?
It's quiet for like, it's so crazy because I remember being a broke boy. I remember sitting there and being like, yo, I want to watch anime, and like sitting through those long ass 20-minute shows with like 6 minutes of ads. 4 more minutes, it would have been 50% of the show. Like, that's insane how many ads they would run. But I was broke, so I shut up and I watched my anime like a good little boy. It's crazy. I pay for Crunchyroll. I pay for my anime because I'm an adult now. But it's really sad because like, I feel bad for all the kids who want to watch it, but they can't afford the Crunchyroll subscription. And it's insane that they're doing this. The fact that they're withholding episodes is dirty. That it's kind of dirty. Like, having ads, sure, run 10-minute ads, whatever. People will sit there through the 10-minute ads to watch the Attack on Titan finale. Like, they don't care. But you're telling me now you can't even watch it until like when? You know what I'm saying? Like, till when? If you say, personally, again, me as somebody who knows how much stuff there is out there, as an anime watcher, I would be like, you know what? Instead of like sitting here and waiting and watching Attack on Titan when it drops, I'm just gonna mute Attack on Titan on Twitter, not go on it on Sundays or whatever, mute it on TikTok or whatever, just try to avoid it, and then binge it when it comes out. That's how I would have handled the situation as I'm broke. But we don't know when you'll be able to see it. We don't, like, they might even change this and they might be like, yo, we're after this spring, we might not even give you guys these new animes. Like, there might be a free catalog and a paid catalog. Like, they might just do that. They might be like, we got the stuff that you don't really know about. You can go into the free side, or you might have to pay for it. I hope that's not the case, but like, they're doing some money hungry. These are some money hungry moves. MHM's money hungry moves, bro. Like they're literally being like, you can't watch this until we think that it's allowed for you to watch it. Like until
I say you're not ready till I say you're ready.
Like anime fans are like, can I get in for the free? It's like, no, I'm not gonna mess with you for the free. Like, you got premium, and I can't do anything without premium. I don't even know you.
That's fact, bro. It's just like I see the turn, like, bro, like wasn't Crunchyroll like a whole ad-free site?
Yeah, it was, bro. Money be doing crazy things to people, bro.
Money make a bitch do, bro.
Yo,
you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Like it's crazy. And rest in peace, Kiss Anime, man. That's gone too. Like there's just not many places you can go anymore.
Rip Kiss Anime, bro. That joint crazy. But I'm just like, it seems that they're a little bit finicky on this.
Yes.
It seems that they haven't fully decided on what the policy might be. They said a week, and then they said it might be all their content, and then they had an addendum to the statement where it was like, okay, we're gonna continue to make new content available for free with ads, but they're gonna stop free simulcast for all content. They're still mulling over some stuff, in my opinion. So I feel like they're trying to find the slyest way to cut some stuff off with premium membership. And again, say MHM, bro, money hungry moves. And I'm just like, all right, that's cool, bro. But I'm just like, damn, bro, that's tough for me. It's kind of hard because again, it's such a strong market leader now. Which you have Funimation's catalog under your belt as well. It's hard for people to turn away from that. But you just kind of got to shrug your shoulders and be like, yo, hopefully they don't boost these prices to the roof like Netflix. Kind of that. Like, I'm just saying, like,
it's too many.
I'm gonna watch my shows. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch my shows either way. At the end of the day, I'm gonna watch my shows either way.
1000%. It's insane because it's just like nobody has this kind of money. Nobody, like, I don't understand why everybody's like putting their prices based on like how much they think that one person should pay for like a streaming service, and that's not how you should look at it. Like they think that like, oh well, if you like Netflix, you'll pay the $20 a month. It's like, I don't got money for you, for Hulu, for all these people to be paying $20 a month. If you were my only streaming service, yes, I would be fine with that.
Facts.
What I think we're gonna see happen is if it gets to that point, we're gonna see a lot of bundle deals getting together. Like it's like, yo, you like, yo, Crunchyroll is $15 or whatever, but we got a Crunchyroll HBO Max bundle. Like we're working together. If you give us 20, we'll give you both of them or whatever. But now it's literally just become cable at this point. With the way things are looking, it's just basically cable.
At some point, everybody knew it was going to be the new version of cable. Just everybody's hodgepodge their services, and it's not conducive to, you know, a healthy wallet. That's all. That's all I figured it was going to be at some point. But you know, the world has their ways of balancing itself out, and you know, I'm gonna watch my shows
For sure.
one way or another. I tell you that much.
No,
But
for sure.
within the law.
We
Thanks, officer. You know what I'm saying?
don't break any rules over here. No cooldown is very law abiding.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? I listen to legal advice. Or so I think. But anyway,
Our lawyers have told us to say that this is all alleged. Everything we say is alleged.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. All right, let's move on to the next piece of news. So this was actually a really interesting thing that popped up on the timeline this week. So this new game, it's kind of an indie developer game called Macho. It dropped a trailer, and basically it's like a match 3 FPS that has parkour elements and multiple endings. So this is a really weird mix that I've possibly never seen before. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but apparently the plot looks to be about a guy named Max who's searching for a cure to his childhood illness. He's getting into it with robots, aliens, all with a team behind him to support him and feed with witty dialogue back and forth, all new power scales and stuff like that. But it's just the gameplay that I'm really like focused on. So it's like, you know, like match 3, like a puzzle piece, like, you know, like a Bejeweled or something like that, kind of twist, find a pattern and go there. But it's an FPS at the same time.
Yeah.
Very, very intrigued. What you think about it, Wen?
I think it's pretty cool. These days indie games really do kind of push the boundaries, or even just like push the like indie games kind of is where you would want to go for creative, like choices with games. And for those who haven't seen the trailer, like it literally is like, yo, he's fighting robots, but then he sees that there are 3 yellow robots, so he shoots the 3 yellow robots, and then they clump up together and blow up. And it's like that's the gameplay loop. But when you have like all this stuff going on around you, it becomes really interesting to at least watch. It seems like a really fun game. And I think I feel like it's one of those games that's gonna be really good for like younger kids too. It's a simple concept that I feel like I don't know, like since it's an FPS, they might learn how to like do FPS stuff at an early age, and that's kind of scary when you think about it in terms of like the esports scene and things like that. It's like, yo, you might have like 10 years from now, because of games like this, we might have like a bunch of shrouds in like 6th grade, just like oh yeah, I started on Macho and now I'm playing Apex and I'm Pred. I'm like
Imagine though, it's like this, but like, you know, like a Tetris 99 type battle royale.
Yeah.
I feel like each has like a match on like an FPS environment. You have to find those and match them down and break down certain things in a level.
Yeah.
Or like under like a time limit or something like that. Like that's actually pretty insane to think about. But conceptually, this is really, really cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's actually really, really. I've never ever seen anything like this. Like, dope, honestly, in concept. To your point that we got before the podcast, look a little bit dry.
It does look dry.
A little bit dry in terms of, you know what I'm saying, plot and stuff, but I'm just kind of focused on the gameplay of it because I'm like, okay, this is an indie studio. I'm not expecting too much from characterization and, you know, plot from a game like this, but platforming, action, the FPS and the matching element, you know, see, I don't do too amazing with, you know, puzzles and whatnot, but I'm not selling this game short. It looks actually really, really dope. But this was like honestly one of the most interesting games I've ever seen just off of first trailer. And again, just the concept is so unique. This is like, again, first of its kind to my knowledge that I've seen.
Yeah, it looks very interesting. I feel like I feel like they put a lot of the TLC into the gameplay because the gameplay looks really good. But I can't wait to see how this goes. I hope it goes well for them because I think it's a really interesting concept, and I'm happy that they got the shot to make this because not many people would take a chance on something like this, and I think it's a pretty solid game. You throw that bad boy on 100%. Game Pass, I'm just saying it'll move. I think it'll move.
Hey, people gonna look at it, man.
People are gonna look at it.
That's facts. Listen, man, all the years of my mother playing Bejeweled has not gone in vain.
No, it's true. Like. Even imagine, I mean, I feel like even like as somebody who plays FPS, if you could market this as like an FPS trainer, kind of like Kovacs, like I feel like, because you have like Kovacs where you're just aiming and just doing things like that, but like this is decision making aiming now. It's not just tracking and stuff like that. I think it's an interesting thing.
That's a layer I didn't even notice, man. Just accuracy with decisions in a real time environment. Like, okay, cool. So you got to match all these stuffs, but like, how are you gonna approach it?
Yeah.
That's the ideas for free, bro. Macho team, you better lock in, bro.
Let us know, Macho. Let us know.
I'm telling you, you can slide it. You know what I'm saying? Slide some checks for the commission. It's all good. You know what I'm saying?
No cooldown. No cooldown consulting.
That's right, baby. Come on, now. Listen, we about to open that side hustle up. You know what time it is.
No cool consulting.
Hey, listen. Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Near you. Stop playing. All right. Let's talk about this really quickly. We didn't get to hit on this because it came out like right after the podcast last week, but then I just caught it, so we had to spin the block. And Rockstar is out of their damn mind news. The GTA developer announced this week that there's a new service available for GTA Online entitled GTA Plus. So a new monthly service for GTA Online comes with a few rotating perks, with the first month registering some incentives like 500K to bank automatically, an exotic car, RP and money boosts on races and playlists, clothing, a new auto shop location. But what the hell are they smoking? Like, so you have a monthly service on an online game for a free mode for a lot of people. What's going on? Because I'm about to get a headache off this. I'm gonna be real.
The mode technically isn't free, because if you only wanted to play GTA Online, you'd have to buy it. So you have to buy the mode and then spend the money.
No, a next gen upgrade might be free though. The next gen upgrade for GTA Online might be free.
You gotta buy it though.
No, wait.
A next gen upgrade doesn't mean the game.
Oh shit, you might be right.
You have to have the game purchased in your history.
Son of a bitch, you're correct.
Because the reason I have
You're right,
GTA is because I got it for free through Epic, but that doesn't mean the game is free itself. It's not a free to play game. Let's correct that. It's a game you buy and then you pay for it. So it's
You're correct.
it's a pay to pay. Like it's not free to play. Yeah, it's even
worse.
that's what I'm saying. It's way worse
That's
than you think.
Worse. I try to give y'all benefit of the doubt.
No, yeah, it's bad. There's only the game that I can think of that's similar to this, where they're just like, yo, we have money, where you pay for the game and then you pay for the premium subscription. With no free trial, it's Fallout 76. That's I remember a classic in the multiplayer space. I'm sure we all remember it fondly.
Yeah, of course.
And they had a whole, like, you can make your own private servers, like, for I think it was like $100 a year.
That's crack.
Shit me. Yeah, no, hey, believe you me, I of all the games that I'm really not a big fan of, that's up there. That's up there. It's not top 2, but it's not 1. And I promise you that it's not 1.
You gotta do the Homer Simpson meme, bro. He goes right back into the bushes.
Yo, exactly. So GTA Plus, taking a page out of Fortnite's book, because there is a monthly Fortnite subscription. If you were unaware, it is like $11 a month.
Wait, really?
Yes. It's
Didn't know about that.
It's funny. My boy was subscribed to it.
Oh my gosh.
He's a hilarious character, because he was just like, I was making a lot of money at the time, and I signed up for it because I wanted one of the skins that was on it, and I was gonna cancel it, but I didn't cancel it for like 5 months. And I was like, what? But he never realized that the money was getting taken away, because he was just like, it's only $10 a month, and I was like, only? Like, you don't see only. He's like, I was like, you don't see Epic take $10 out of your account every month. But
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I would think you would at least notice, like, after like the next month over it.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Let me go cancel that. But that mode,
to each his own.
No, exactly, to each his own, because that mode, it gave you the money back as V-Bucks plus like exclusive skins, or like ways of making more views or whatever. It's a crash grab, but it's what they're making money. But the thing about GTA is that I don't think any of the original GTA 5 players expected GTA Online to be this big of a cash grab, because it's such a cash grab that you would think that this is a free to play game. Like, if they dropped this but then made the game free to play, completely different conversation. I'd be like, okay, cool, that's fine. But as of right now, it's not free to play. The game is not free to play. It goes on sale almost all the time. Still not free though. So for me to pay money after I paid money to play the game is kind of insane. And really, like, I had issues.
Money. Do you hear that sense? That
yeah.
You had to pay money to play it. Like,
it's the issue is what? Like, and it's always funny because like a lot of people got their accounts banned for like doing money glitches, and it's because all the things that they wanted you to buy in the game, the money it's so expensive.
Cost ridiculous, so inflated.
So you either have to do multiple heists, which they're not fast. You don't just run into a heist and then run out.
As hell. They're like 40 minutes, bro.
Sometimes 40 minutes a mission, because you got to set them all up. Then you do. And if you lose money during the heist, there are times we played the heist and we reset it like 3 or 4 times, because like the biggest heist they paid you the most money, which would give everybody like 500k after setting up the heist. You got 500k if you didn't lose $1. But with cops shooting you and knocking you off your bike, you would lose a lot of money. So that was my biggest issue with GTA. Was I always thought like I wouldn't mind grinding and playing this game all the time if I could make money like relatively quickly. Like if I jumped onto GTA back in the day, I used to jump onto GTA, play like 8 hours straight doing missions that would like give me, I would make 10k, I would make 20k every 20 minutes. So about a K a minute. Like I was doing legit. Like I was just playing survival missions. I was just doing the whole thing. And things got to the point where like even doing that, like I'm grinding like a madman. I'm grinding. Those are middle school kid numbers. Like I'm not putting those hours into anything these days. And You're telling me that I'm doing all this work and I still can't buy, like, I should be able to buy the most expensive thing in the game after like 2 days of
Facts.
doing that. Like,
what's it called? I need a AC 130. I need that whole carrier plan. I need that
like,
giant joint. I need the vault. I need the vault, the Velis or the Volus, the black jet.
yeah.
I need that. I
Like,
need the
at
tank.
least
I
you can't
need
even
all that
afford
stuff.
one of those things, and that's what was annoying is that like my biggest issue
The
that
yacht.
yeah, that's why I turned away from GTA because I was like, I'm doing all this grinding and I'm not getting anything out of it. Then they added like the farms, like the other businesses, and I was like, this is a cool
Yeah.
update. But then you have to be in game. They make it so slow for you to produce anything, and then they make it that you have to be in game for these things to produce those
For the
things.
register.
And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be sitting in a GTA server for 4 hours to get a weed shipment that I can do a mission
People
for.
be doing that for music streams, bro.
Bro.
Why am I doing it for a game that doesn't matter at the end of the day, bro?
Bro,
I'm
it's
sorry.
it's a grind, and I feel like instead of fixing that issue, they decided to just make money off of the problem, and that's why
Yeah.
I think this is the most disgusting thing that I've seen from this Rockstar has fallen out of my eyes as a good developer a while ago. This kind of just is a final nail in the coffin of like, okay, I can put Rockstar on the same shelf as like EA, and I don't want to say Bethesda as of yet, but Bethesda has definitely gotten to that point where like the shelf of money hungry.
But this has had some in and out joints.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
this stuff is just.
I
like,
want to put it up there for Fallout like 76. I want to put it up
Yeah.
there, but then they drop Doom Eternal, and I'm like, oh, really good single play experience.
Yeah.
All right. And then it's like, I don't even know what's the last mess up they did because I feel like they're learning, but you cannot trust these companies because when you think EA was learning about Apex, you're like, wow, this is a really good game. I'm gonna just take this channel. Battlefield. All right, you know, you're staying right there. Gonna nail you right into the wall. I'm not letting you get out of here, you little rascal. You almost had me there. Like it wasn't even Apex. It was like, oh wow, the Star Wars game is really really good. Oh, sorry, bro. Like 6 months for a scoreboard. Yeah, you're staying right there. You didn't learn your lesson yet. Then it's like, oh, it takes two. Nah, we're just gonna leave it there. That was a one and done. I don't know.
You almost got me.
You almost got me.
I'll turn you another way on the shelf.
Yeah.
You're facing a little bit closer to the ledge.
But like GTA is on the shelf of like money hungry studios that are in it for the check. Like they do not care about single player content. If they drop a GTA 6, it's to drop a GTA 6 to make a buttload of money, and then they're gonna implement it into whatchamacallit online. They're gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, I feel that, bro. Crazy, bro. Rockstar smoking PCP on that one. I'm not gonna lie. To me, that's just insane. I don't know how you make somebody pay for an upgrade and then pay for a monthly subscription, or highly encourage people to pay for a monthly subscription that gives you a bunch of stuff. I'm just like, bro, should have never allowed them shark cards, bro. I feel like it's starting with them. But
yeah, no, it did.
It's wild, bro. It's wild. But that's enough of that, man. Keep them on the shelf. But let's move on to the next topic over here. We got the trailer trove, man. We got a couple of topics from a lot of other types of media. You know what I'm saying? Specifically the movies, the TVs, and all the other stuff like that. So we gonna run through a couple stories from the trailer trove. First and foremost, as Sonic 2 is closer to release, we got a little tidbit of where we might go next in the movie franchise. So an IGN article got some thoughts from director Jeff Fowler, and he stated that the movies will not follow the chronological order of the games in the future, meaning that they can pull from anywhere in the series to make any other movie entry happen. So I mean, thoughts on this? I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about Sonic 2. People been saying Sonic 2 was pretty solid, you know what I'm saying, off their watches. And Sonic 3 going into the next one, man, what could we, you know what I'm saying, what could we cook up?
Depending on what happens in Sonic 2, we could see Knuckles becoming a bigger villain, maybe. I know that I think this is a tweet, and I'm not sure how real this is because his opinion changes all the time. But like Jim Carrey was talking about, like after Sonic 2, he's ready to retire, which I don't think this is necessarily true. It could be a thing, so maybe we might be might be
a break.
Yeah, like maybe, but like we might see other antagonists appear. Like we might see Shadow, things like that. There's a lot of ways they could do that. Because Robotnik isn't the only enemy that Sonic ever faces, and even if like you could even like recast if you really wanted to. I don't think anybody's gonna be able to pull it off the way Jim does. But
I don't think they would. I don't think they would make another Robotnik for that movie. I think they would like if this is his run for now. they'll put him to the side and they'll make somebody else drop in. Like I could honestly see like a Metal Sonic. Honestly, I could see a Metal Sonic making something shake.
Or even like another thing is too is like how long do you want to run this for? Like no pun intended. How long? How many Sonic movies do you want?
Yeah, how many? Yeah. I mean, I feel like one more would honestly probably be the best. Maybe one or two max. Two complete maximum.
I would say
utter max.
I would say
don't ruin a good franchise, bro. It's been a minute since we got a good, video game franchise, if ever, in totality on the big screen. So don't ruin it. Don't push the luck. All right. I'm just saying, keep it real calm.
I think at the most it should be 5. And the reason I think it should be 5 is because depending on what happens with Knuckles, we could see a movie where it's just them against Knuckles, which would be really interesting. We could see like, or even like, you could introduce Shadow in the 3rd movie, do a Shadow spin-off, and then the 5th one end the whole thing. That would be pretty good.
Yo, that's not bad either.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I'm saying? There's still a lot of places to pull from. We still haven't seen some of the other characters, like, you know what I'm saying, like Big the Cat, Rouge or
Rouge. I think it's Rouge.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whenever somebody said on Twitter too, it's just like, yo, whenever she gets introduced into live action, there's gonna be what's that art rule that shouldn't be broken?
Oh, Rule 34.
Yeah, there's gonna be so much Rule 34. It's gonna be disgusting.
Oh my god!
Disgusting. I low-key dread that day, but still, there's a lot of stuff they can pull from. Like Silver's another one. That's another character.
Silver. There's a lot of places they can go, but I just hope that they don't beat a dead horse. I don't need that many. Yeah, as long when it starts getting stale, let's not turn this into the next Fast and the Furious. That's really where I want to go with this. Let's not do that.
Because they're still going, by the way.
Yes.
They got a Fast 10 Part 1 and 2 coming, so y'all don't need to fill that spot. We already got enough of that.
We have so much.
Too much, bro. And all I wanna say is there's one specific thing I do want to see in the series before it goes out. I want to see a Sonic in that film franchise, Escape from the City. I need the music. I need the truck.
Yes.
I need all that stuff in real time.
Yes.
Actually, like following him out, like Sonic Adventure vibes. Like he needs to.
Yes. Yes.
I and all that
completely agree.
I don't know if it's in the second movie. I haven't seen it. You know what I'm saying? I barely remember the first. Being honest, I'm not sure. I doubt it was in there.
I don't think it's in it because I feel like if they did a big ass set piece like a truck driving down the thing, we would not even that. You would have seen it in the trailer. They would have showed it in the trailer.
Oh yeah, that's also true.
Like I feel like they it's not like a Marvel movie where they can take a big ass set piece and hide it because they have enough money and enough things to make another set piece. So like if they did hide it, and I go watch because I'm gonna get paid to watch. I'm gonna get paid to watch the first one this weekend, and I do want to go watch the second one. If they do it, I will actually lose my shit because that song is insanely gas. It's such a good. That game is good. I downloaded it. Controller won't work, but we're gonna fix that. I bought it. I was like $3. And then I'm like, controller doesn't work, and I'm like, this is why it's $3 because the controller doesn't work.
That's fair. Oh my. Oh, hey. And again, that's probably my only ask for this entire series for the rest of it. If it happens, I'm not gonna lie. It's already shaping up to probably be the best video game adaptation for a movie in history, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? They've already done well to establish themselves in the first movie. People have gotten great stuff about the second movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to figure it out, but it's looking like it's on that way. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. That's Sonic. On to the next one. We heard some word this week that the hotly anticipated prequel to the Game of Thrones series House of the Dragon is set to release August 21st of this year. It will be following the book Fire and Blood from George R.R. Martin, of course, as we lock in with a prequel story around the time frame of Aegon Targaryen, which is 200 years before the series and the conflict of that age, and specifically the Dance of the Dragons and the downfall of House Targaryen. So, I mean, I forgot that this was coming, but when I seen it, I was like, bro, I'll say this. I'm 3 out of 10 excited. I'm 3 out of 10 times excited for this. And only for the reason that I'm still feeling the hurt from the end of season 8 from regular Game of Thrones. Now I know that them D&B brothers, they got nothing to do with this series. Thank you. But it still put a hamper on my level of excitement for this stuff. I do want to jump back to the Game of Thrones world. I do actually really, really like that series. like a lot, aside from season 8 up to like episode 3 or 4 maybe. There's stuff that still has a sour note, but I'm actually excited to see it come back. So that's just my thoughts on it, man. I'm low key excited.
Yeah, it's funny because that was gonna be my question. I was like, do those brothers have any, or the dudes have anything to do with it? And you said no, which is like a good thing. And I guess we'll see. Honestly, I like Game of Thrones, but that last season really put a sour taste in my mouth. It's kind of like when your anime doesn't go by the manga ending and you think the manga ending was the best version. So like part of me literally wants to go and read the books because like, well, I remember reading the first book, like a little bit of the first book, and I was like, this is super good. Like I never finished it, but I was like, this is super good. It's actually, I think this franchise is the one that really got me back into reading. And then I stopped reading, but that's besides the point. We'll get back into reading when I start reading. I'll let you guys know. But I was gonna say I'm excited, but I'm really not. Like it's just like, well, I'll see what happens. I'll give the first episode a shot.
It's a 3 out of 10 excitement, honestly. It's 3 out of 10 excitement.
I'll give the first episode a shot. I'm not waiting for the episode to drop. I'll watch it on like a Monday. And if I'm at work and I'm like if I'm working on like Monday from home, I'll throw it on while I'm doing work. And if I catch myself looking over too many times, then I'm gonna be like, okay, this is good. I'm gonna put it on the back burner. But if I can finish, if it doesn't distract me from work, which is really easy to do, I ain't giving that shit no more spins. I'm putting the 90s Batman back on my screen and I'm gonna lock in. Because that's what I do for work. It's like things that I want to osmosis watch, which is like, I just want to be like, yeah, I watched this.
You don't have to look at it,
yeah,
but you know it's there. Like you can actually enjoy it without actively being in the face of it.
Like if you can distract me from work, then you're a good show. But that shit, man, till this day, I remember it started off with so much excitement. Like, yo, Game of Thrones Sunday, Game of Thrones Sunday. Me and my friends would all get together in the one. We used to watch it in my college on a projector, and it wasn't the best quality. Thanks. It wasn't the best quality, but we watched it in the projector because it was projector quality. So like we're watching it, and I remember we used to be so hyped every Sunday. We would be hyped. We would order food. It became a chore after like the second episode. It's like, yo, we're watching Game of Thrones. I'm like, all right, I'll bring some work down so I can just do some work while I'm watching this shit. And like it was the episode where everything was super dark. I remember watching that shit on a projector. Yo, I was tight. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. I can't tell because the projectors are already dark. And we had the lights, bro. It was pitch black in there, and we still couldn't see it.
Dog, there was I low key did the same thing in college for like a couple of those episodes in season 8. Like my apartment was like up the street. I would walk down and walk onto the campus side to a campus building where my friends were and stuff like that. And like the whole floor, like the whole like couple floors, like they were flooded. People came in from all over.
Yeah.
We watched on a projector that whole like Battle of Winterfell or whatever. It was all dark and shit. I'm like, oh, okay. This is I mean that scene was crazy. I'm like, yo, it's dark as hell.
Yeah. Like I'm happy it was just me and my boys because we all could just talk like, yeah, that's just like. But if I was sitting in a big ass, you'd be like, man, this shit is ass. Turn it off, bro. And it was funny because I remember when they called them out on it, they're like, well, your TV should be, and I'm like, you're not blaming my TV on this, bro. You can't sit here and tell everybody they got bad TVs, bro. Facts. No, you made a mistake.
Like, in the world, like, yo, maybe if you tweak your calibrate your settings or something like that. No, bro, y'all need to call Sam Raimi or something and fix your lighting.
Y'all are ass. Y'all are terrible at what you do. You should never made it a night fight if you can't make it a night fight, bro. Like.
That's what I'm saying.
Or use the night to your advantage, but even motherfuckers who had torches, you could barely see them. Like, what the fuck was the point of the torches?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Why? That's just, in essence, why would you fight dark ass zombies in the dark when you can't see them and there's literally millions of them? Like, whatever. Never mind. But I'm just saying, this is on 3 out of 10, and then the Lord of the Rings series, I didn't have it on notes, but it's also coming in like the same 2-week span as this. That's like a 5 out of 10.
That's like crazy. That's crazy.
I don't know anything about it yet, but I know that's coming in the same time frame as this, and I'm more excited for that. So I'm like, I don't know, bro. Yeah, I got something to prove. Because if one fantasy series don't drop, I know another one that's right there, boy.
Ooh, that's crazy. That's actual, like, I'm competing with you. Like that's Amazon because it's Amazon, right? Amazon made that Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's like that's Amazon and HBO actually going head to head on something. You usually don't see that. Usually it's like this person's dropping a different show from this person.
For real, for real. So we gonna see about that. We gonna see about that. But yeah, man, let's move on to the next part of the trailer trove. We found a little piece right here. So we heard reports this week that the horror clown known as Pennywise and the series It could return to screens, but in the form of a prequel series called Welcome to Derry, which speaks on the origins of Pennywise and his reign of terror on the town in Maine. Now it's rumored to be coming to HBO Max and already has a writer's room assigned to penning the script. Thoughts? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with Pennywise, man? We want to see him back on the screen. What's happening?
I think this could be fun. I think it could be cool. Horror movies. It's like a limited series, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it most likely will be a series.
Okay. Yeah, I think that it'd be interesting to see. This I'm not like these kinds of like prequels or like spin-offs, like I'm not super against, because it's like, you know, you could do one or two as long as you don't try to turn it into a whole franchise like Jurassic Park. Like as long as you don't try to do something like that, like just leave it as like a little prequel, like, oh, we just want to use the world that's already been, like, that's fine. I'm not a huge horror fan. I haven't seen any of the It's because I'm not a big fan of horror movies at all.
Okay.
I've heard a lot of good things from them. Part of me feels like I should just like read the books as opposed to like watching the movie. But
I would say read the books, but that part 1 and 2 were actually pretty good.
I heard really good things about them.
I don't like horror movies like that, but I still wanted to watch it because I mean I generally like, you know, the Stephen King stuff, and I didn't know certain things were as connected as they were before, like, you know, between all this different stuff like Stranger Things and Haven and the Dark Tower and stuff like that. I didn't know things were as connected as it was, but I've been getting into it because of some dude on TikTok, and I was like, bro, I would low-key want to see more like, you know, Pennywise stuff, because it's a really interesting concept in general. Scary as hell, yes. But we had so much context on, okay, yeah, he started from here in the 1600s. He popped up from like ancient times and blah blah. But we didn't really get to see any of how he made his start in the town, like day to day, how he started terrorizing people every 27 years. So for me personally, as a fan of this franchise, like, okay, yo, I would love to see more in this setting. So I feel like an HBO series is like the perfect place to do it.
1000%.
Just make sure you bring back what's the name, Bill Skarsgård. Make sure you bring him back. He cannot be missing from this. He is Pennywise. He is him until from here to the end of time. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Tim Curry. But he is the other one. He is the other Pennywise. You cannot put another person as Pennywise unless it's Bill Skarsgård. So y'all make sure y'all make it happen and keep him in there. You make sure you give him the check. For real. And on to the last piece of the trailer trove, man. No, not even no crazy introduction. Moon Knight episode 1 has officially dropped. You know what I'm saying? We got a chance to take a look at the episode. First little tidbit of the series, opening everything up. Dang, man, Wayne, what you thinking? Cause I got a lot of different thoughts, man. What's going on? What's the good, the bad, and the ugly?
So I won't say necessarily too much because Moon Knight is one of the few Marvel characters that's like completely out of my wheelhouse. I know of him. I know of like the collabs he's done with like Spider-Man and stuff, but I never really read too many Moon Knight comics myself. And I don't know too much about the character in general, but I think it was done really well. My girlfriend, who doesn't know literally a thing about Moon Knight, was watching it. I think we were watching it in Charles's Discord, and she was having a really good time. It was really interesting to watch, and I was like together, like I was like entranced, I want to say, the whole time. And it was interesting to see. I think it's a really good show. Oscar Isaac, great performance. The way they handle a lot of things is really like the whole thing from like front to back. It was just really well done. It's funny because it makes me feel like, damn, I wish I would have watched the other shows before I watched this one, because I feel like this one might be my favorite one out of them, and like it's gonna be tough to go back to watch the other ones.
Yeah. No, I feel that. For me, this is a dope ass character, man. Like Moon Knight gets busy. If y'all don't know, Moon Knight gets busy, and it's just straight like violence. I'm just liking the way they set it up, man. For me, I would have loved to see a little bit more of an extension of the end of the episode, because I'm like, damn, we just we got a smidgen of Moon Knight, a smidgen of the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but it was really cool how everything set up. Again, how they kind of, I guess, laid the stakes of him dealing with the multiple personalities, and how, you know, how he just shifted from in and out, kind of like those snaps.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Literally, he just pop him in a whole different place, a whole different time. You know what I mean? Like he's just there. I really enjoy those cuts and just the setup of the character himself. Again, Oscar Isaac, I can't give him any more praises. Like he's actually dope ass actor. He's making it happen, man. So it's like I'm loving how they're setting this up. Khonshu's voice and just Khonshu as the character, the model, and everything like that look menacing as hell, which looks magnifique. It looks beautiful in real time seeing it. Ethan Hawke is just a calm ass, like unnerving dude. So
Yeah.
him as a foil to Mark is actually pretty cool. Honestly, I have no gripes with him. The weird shit, like at the beginning of the episode, my boy was crushing the glass.
Yeah.
I was like, "What you on, my boy? What you on? You good, dog?" I didn't know what that was, but it was mad interesting. I don't know, it just got my attention.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I will say a con for me is technical, and it's on the side of the CGI.
Yeah.
The CGI felt, in some points, it felt really like
It breaks you from the experience because you see it.
And it was specifically in the wide shots, like the wide action, the driving shots, like especially the highway chase, like the chase he was driving. It was so apparent there that was okay. It's a little bit rough around the edges right there. I don't know about that.
When the wood fell off the thing, I was like,
when the wood fell off, when the car went in park and stopped, and then when he drove the truck, actually, because it was so fast, you could see like it wasn't a realistic turn.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like a realistic turn as much for a truck. And I was like, okay, this feels super CGI right here, this whole section. But the close-up sections, actually, again, the end of the episode where, he was like, yo, when he turns to the window and sees Mark, and he's like, yo, trust me, you need to give up control to me. That part of where, like, and then, like, the lights and kind of like the signs on the wall started to, like, form up and stuff. I think it was hieroglyphics or something like that. Like, that little part in the bathroom before he turns into Moon Knight, that close-up, the kind of closer environment forms of CGI actually blended very well. So I feel like it was just the difference between the wide action and then the shorter action CGI points that that had trouble. But it wasn't too crazy. But I just say it's kind of points off because in the action sequences for the wide shots and like driving and stuff like that, it just came off real like it looked kind of old. It looked kind of dated. I'm not gonna lie to you. So maybe it's just a TV series budget. You know what I'm saying? They ain't getting enough money in the bag for it. That's cool. I can overlook it easy. But it was just something I noticed.
I think it's for sure one of those things where like with these shows it's not like they have a per episode budget. So like it was probably just like and they probably made the whole show and were like, yo, where can we save money? Or they shot everything and they're like, what are the most important CGI things we need? These are high priority things. These are low priority things. Like the car thing, low priority. And I completely understand where you're coming from. It definitely breaks the experience because like you can tell, like you're just like, oh, like I know exactly the feeling because I was watching it as well and I was like every time like it was like CGI that was like very apparent. I was like, that's why the parts I enjoyed about the show the most were the ones where it was like less actiony. Honestly, like I loved it when he was in the bathroom and like the camera goes into the mirror and then out of the mirror, like those movements, those things. Or even like when he was getting chased by I really wanted the whole time he was getting chased in the museum for you not to see the beast or whatever that was chasing him.
Oh yeah, the werewolf.
I wanted it to only be seen through the mirror and through shadows. Like I would have loved that.
The first portion of it actually was. It was like, well, actually, I'd say only like the first like.
When you first see it, you see it through the mirror, and I'm like, ooh, this is either gonna be.
And I was like, that's good.
And then it was like. And then it didn't, but again, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's nitpicky as fuck. That's just like an artistic choice I would have made. But I think it's really well done, and I think we're gonna see where that budget went is what I think. Because I feel the same way as you, but I also could see them being like, if this looks rushed, it's cool. We need this money for the big fight scene with the 17 werewolves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see where the budget is. Now, if everything at the end of this series, a lot of shit just looked rushed, then that's definitely a good critique of like, hey, y'all need to like, if you're gonna use CG, use CG, and make it put more money into this. But that was always, I knew that was always gonna be a case for a lot of these Marvel shows. Was like, when I first heard they were gonna do Marvel shows, I'm like, you're telling me these bajillion dollar movies that you guys make, you're gonna put them into shows? Like the TV show budget to movie budget is insane. That's a crazy drastic difference. So like
Nice.
WandaVision, I didn't really give too much fluff about because I was just like, oh, they're like not really fighting people all that crazy.
Yeah, and it's like the environments weren't as, I would say, crowded, or the setting was more controlled, where you can be like, okay, we don't have to spend too much money on, like, the extras, and like, all this. They use the empty lot for an empty town and stuff like that to kind of fill certain things up.
And like 2 whole episodes were in black and white, and they had like the old timey like flair of like, oh, she's levitating things when it's literally just like a string or whatever. It's like you could that's like $0. So like you could keep that money in your pocket, whereas like Moon Knight, you're not getting away with that type of stuff. Like you have to make it look big. But we'll see. I agree with you though that there are some parts that could have used a little bit more polish, but all in all, I think it was a great first episode. I actually disagree with you on seeing Moon Knight, just because the first episode is supposed to get your attention, and you want to you're gonna watch the second episode. A lot of people are gonna watch the second episode because they want to see that they want to see they want to see Moon Knight. So like, I don't think it was a bad idea for them to do that. They did exactly what they set out to do, which is grab your attention.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, in that sense, I can agree. Yeah,
but I understand where you're coming from. Like, yo, I want to see Moon Knight. I didn't wait all these months for me to just get a clip of what especially because they show you the costume in the trailers. So all you really get is like that payoff at the end is like things that you kind of already seen in the trailer. But
yeah. I hope he gets to fight another one, because it looked like he already whooped that nigga's ass.
Yeah, I didn't like that they took it out.
I don't want him to morph out of the suit in the second episode and just be like, okay, that was it. That was all you saw. You know what I mean? I want to at least fight another werewolf or something in the museum. Do something, bro. Like that's all I'm saying. But hey, I'm here to make a prediction real quick. I'm gonna be honest. I'm here to make a prediction. I noticed that, of course, we're in London. You know what I'm saying? We're in one of the top cities in the world or whatnot. Shout out London, South London, and all that. If my memory serves me right, certain people, you know what I'm saying, certain characters from a certain movie in the Marvel universe ended up in London or in England as well. So I feel like they could be on a collision course at the end of this series. Now, in my opinion, I'm predicting that we'll see Moon Knight, we'll see Blade, and we'll see the Black Knight meet up somewhere at the end of this series. I'm not sure if you saw
Eternals. No, I did.
I don't know. Yes.
I'm looking up because of Blade. I didn't know. Yeah, I saw the end scene. It was like the post credit scene. Yeah. I seen it. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Yes. So that man, of course, he was looking at the sword and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to figure out what was going on. And then the dude, it was like Mr. Whitman. That was Blade. And I'm pretty sure everybody at this point was like, yeah. That's Blade. Yes, that was 100% Mahershala Ali. I'm butchering his fucking name. It was dude's voice. It was Blade's voice. That was Blade's voice. That was Blade. That was 100% Blade's voice. I can guarantee you that was him.
Interesting.
Like, I almost said Cottonmouth, because that's what I remember. So I was like, yo, that's his voice.
You know what's funny is that he's technically now Cottonmouth and Blade in the same universe.
That's right. He's a variant. Don't worry about it.
If they bring back, because I think they brought back Luke Cage as Luke Cage, right?
Yeah.
If we don't see Luke Cage interact with Blade and be like, you look familiar, I'm throwing the whole MCU out.
In fact, Blade gotta drop an MF bomb and be like, yo, motherfucker, I don't. For real. But because at the end of the Eternals, I'm pretty sure Whitman finds again the ebony blade and stuff like that from his family or whatever in London. They're in England. I think they're in London because of the end scene and stuff like that, where the girl got taken by the judge or whatever. Yeah. They're in England and he's in England. So at some point, I feel like they will meet or cross paths, and then we might go like a Midnight Suns route. We on that way. We might have to find somebody, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like a Ghost Rider-ish type of dude. Where they at? Make something happen on that end. So I can see it coming in the air tonight. No Phil Collins.
I hope so. Like with most Marvel things, I'm just like, cool. I hope so.
I don't want to get my hopes up. I'm just speculating. This could not happen whatsoever. I'm just speculating, right?
No, I feel it's easier to speculate with the Marvel movies because I feel like a lot because they kind of connect a lot of shit. Whereas like with Batman, the director of the Batman knows what's coming up next if they bring him back. That's the biggest thing with these movies and these shows. So like, I mean, I think it'd be a cool thing to do. I don't see why not. Especially if you want to introduce the character before you give him a movie, or if you want to like, because I think the way the MCU is built these days, we know a lot of origin stories because of how many movies we've had and how many like TV shows we've had. So it's like if we were to just like introduce Blade. No, I just think introducing Blade would just be a good idea. Like just introduce him and see, and just to see the reaction, to see if people are like, oh, he was received really well. All right, cool. We know how big of a role he can play and shit, type of thing.
Pushing. And also set up his villains, bro. Like, where are the vampires?
Exactly.
Like, if we're doing Blade, how are we gonna justify the vampires? We ain't seen none yet.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're kind of working towards that. You know what I'm saying? We are. And this is probably gonna be crazy, but Multiverse of Madness is gonna be so key for everything, bro. It's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be so clutch for all this stuff that we're talking about. But in terms of the Moon Knight, solid first start. I give it like an 8 out of 10. Honestly, it did pretty well.
I think it was pretty well. I'll give it I'll say 7.5. My heart's on 7, but I'll give it the 0.5.
Hey, I'm with it, man. This man Jay in the chat said Top Boy X Moon Knight. Moon Knight from the ends in it. Oh my gosh. Wildin'. All right. On to the last story out of the day. We have wrapped up the trailer trove. We're into the last news report. So this week we got some news on another anime Bandai Namco joint coming out soon, but this time it's a return to the One Piece universe in an open world RPG format. So this game is set around the Jolly Rogers crew being stuck on a mysterious island, and it looks to be turn-based in the gameplay execution. Now, it's set to release in 2022 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. What's going on, man? Another Bandai Namco? What's going on?
So I'm not super against this. Where I stand with this, I don't mind turn-based RPGs. I don't mind them when they have something interesting going on for them. Mostly because we've seen this formula time and time again. And it's not necessarily a bad formula, but like I feel like Dragon Quest is one of the few games that can be like, this game is the old turn-based strategy that can get away with it because Dragon Quest was like the first ones to do it. When I play other JRPGs, I want to say one of the most recent ones is like
I was gonna say Yakuza Like a Dragon or something like that.
Yeah, no, Yakuza. Yeah, no, that was recent, but I want to say a more recent one was the League of Legends one that dropped not too long ago. And that one did things differently in terms of combat because it made when you had your turn important. Like there was a lot of new aspects to it. Yakuza Like a Dragon was a really good one, and it did a lot of things really well. But at the end of the day, if you're not a fan of turn-based turn-based RPGs, you're not gonna like Yakuza Like a Dragon. Actually, I might even take that back because that game is really, really good. But besides the point, here's the issue I might have with this game. It is essentially filler because it is not. I don't think it's taking place on the same timeline as the show, which isn't a bad thing. It gives them creative freedoms. But if this is just a turn-based RPG with One Piece characters that isn't following the show's story, I'm not really interested, I guess, because I like One Piece characters, and if you were to tell me you play this game and you'll experience the anime, I'm gonna be like, that's pretty cool because I actually really enjoy the anime. So like that's why I bought Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. A lot of people were telling me the combat very, very repetitive. The side quest kind of mid. Like they were telling me the whole game is mid, but they were like, there are cutscenes from the show that are recreated in a 3D format. So like Raditz getting destroyed by the special beam cannon is recreated and it looks beautiful. Or like the Ninja Storm games where it's like you get to relive these cutscenes in the game.
The QTEs and stuff.
Yeah, like that is why I buy those games. And I would have bought an RPG of One Piece if it was following the storyline. But I just don't know, man. Like, I want more anime games, but I want something different. I want something new. I don't know, maybe a new engine, something. I don't know what it is, but like, it's a lot of like, I'm seeing, there's so many One Piece games that are out, but not many of them are worth talking about, you know? Mm-hmm. Except for like Pirate Warrior. Those are cool, but
shout out to Pirate Warriors, but how many of them can you do?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We've seen that already. We've seen it.
Like,
Oh man.
you could do a Pirate Warriors-esque game for a lot of animes, but they just don't. They just did like they just keep pushing the One Piece ones out. Like, it's cool, but like,
bro, listen. let me talk to y'all for a second, bro.
go crazy.
I'm tired of 6 out of 10 games from y'all. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm really tired.
We're not talking about 6 out of 10 games. We talk about the ratings, baby.
Like, it's just there's just so many. Like, bro, how can you so often be like, yo, we have so much creative reign over all these anime franchises. You know what we gonna do? Drop the same 3 iterations of games, just with different little tweaks each time for the specific genres, and just drop it. Arena fighter, open world RPG with possible tweaks under that, or what, a 2D fighter? That's probably what is that the only 3 lanes that we got? Aside from Captain Tsubasa, which is that's the only exception to the rule. Come on now, Bandai. Come on now.
Is Captain Tsubasa really good?
Captain Tsubasa actually is pretty good. Again,
Damn, I might have to pick that up. Yeah.
Captain Tsubasa is pretty decent, and I'm a soccer fan, so I'm like, I'll give Tsubasa his exception.
Okay.
Listen, there are so many franchises you have actual reign over. You could do some really dope, actual cool narrative stuff, cool gameplay stuff, but you choose to do damn near the same thing over and over and over and over again. I'm just like, bro, please. What happened to the what's the name? What happened to the Dead by Daylight Dragon Ball game? What happened to that one?
Oh, what did happen? What is it? It's Dragon Ball Breakers. Let me check.
Breakers. I don't know if it came out yet. You know what I'm saying? Push that game more. Push something else more. I was like low key excited for y'all for that one because I'm like, yo, something different. Y'all try something different. That was come on.
Oh, it's not out yet.
Okay, it's not. Push that.
I haven't heard anything about it since the beta. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I am just tired of seeing the same 3 versions of games from Bandai Namco on all their different IPs and properties, and their main selling point is the IP and not the gameplay experience.
Yeah.
Stop dropping 6 out of 10s. Go back to the drawing board. Create an actual innovative experience. Like, yo, what if you just the Nemesis system from the Shadow War games on a One Piece game and make like an actual RPG element type joint. Go on an island. You know what I'm saying? Make a whole open sail from land to land. And do a whole story around something. It could be the main story or something like that. You're looking for a treasure or whatever, blah, blah, blah. You go to this island, find clues. This island, find clues, da, da, da. Or open landmass you can go on in them. Or sail through little channels and whatnot. You have so many lanes for actual innovation, but it feels like they don't want to take them. For me, they are stuck in the 6 out of 10 loop, and it hurts me inside. Because Bandai Namco has so many great properties that I enjoy.
I feel you.
Like... Listen, it's not the worst thing in the world to drop a Pirate Warriors every couple of years, because Pirate Warriors is actually a decent game from what I've seen, from what I played, from what my brothers played, because he's played that to the moon. But if that's all you're gonna do, and then another Dragon Ball game that's not gonna be up to the par of the Tenkaichi 3 and stuff like that, and the OG Budokai Tenkaichi, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
OG Budokai, whatever. If you're gonna make another arena brawler, that's gonna be just cookie cutter Naruto, Naruto arena style fighter and stuff like that with subs and blah blah blah. What are we doing here?
Yeah,
they have so much potential to innovate, but then they do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They kind of stick to the ways, stick to the same pattern that usually works, and they don't put as much. For me, I'm like, if it doesn't pop immediately, they won't put as much time into stuff like Dragon Ball Breakers or stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe I have a wrong read. Maybe I'm completely off the mark. It is what it is. But I'm just saying, I'm tired of the 6 out of 10 loop, man. For the people that buy this top to bottom, for the people out there that use all their hard-earned money to buy the same game over and over with a different coat of paint, do better.
Yeah.
Ask better of them. I believe in you, Bandai. You can do great things.
Yeah.
Just believe in yourself.
They have a lot of series. They have a lot of franchises that I would love to see back. And it's funny because like we brought up the Pirate Warriors. They had a Gundam game. Like they had a Gundam franchise actually. They had like up to like 3 or 4 games that they just stopped making. Like it didn't hit PS4. Like it just stopped at PS3, which I thought was like super whack because I really enjoyed those games. That's how I played. That's how I got into the Gundam franchises. That they did a bunch of those. But it's a little disappointing to see because I just feel like they're taking some risks, but it's not the risks I guess everybody is looking for. Like I understand, like Breakers was a risk, and I love that they're stepping out of their comfort zone, but I feel like they're not stepping out of their comfort zone for anything other than like we want to tap into the
Oh
genre bag.
gosh. I just realized they published Enslaved Odyssey to the West.
Wait, did they? And I did.
I'm clicking on it right now.
The PS3 game.
They published it. Ninja Theory developed it, but they published it. So
Yeah.
do they have the IP? Do they have the IP rights to this? If they have the IP rights to this, why aren't you on another game like this, bro? Come on, man. Like, come on, dog.
You got to get those bottom lines, man. You got to hit those. You got to hit those margins. And I just, the thing is, like, that's an amazing game, but if you would have released that now, I don't know how many people would really be. They wouldn't jump on it like Dragon Ball Z anything. They wouldn't jump on it like.
I'm just saying, you could take. There's so many new ideas and new concepts that you can apply to the same 3 or 4 or 5, possibly even 6 IPs that are popular in anime that you can do now and make it crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's just like they're sitting on too much and they're not doing nothing.
No,
it's like, yo, you can do so much more, and you can potentially make so much more money with pairing certain ideas and making certain innovations to the formula, man.
Yeah. Personally,
damn it, I'm tired of 6 out of 10s, bro. I want to rep y'all. I really do.
Personally, I want more anime fighting games like Dragon Ball Z Fighters. I think that
I can see that.
I feel like there's so many anime fighting games, but they're all arena fighters, which is really frustrating as somebody who doesn't really like arena fighters, because like the next JoJo, they're remastering a JoJo's game, which is going to be a fighter, and that's going to be an arena fighter, which sucks because I'm a huge JoJo fan. I'm definitely buying it, but I'm just like, all right, like I'm buying it because it's JoJo's. I'm not buying it because it's an arena fighter. Whereas like Fighter Z, I bought it because of both things. I like Dragon Ball and I like
the mechanics.
Yeah, it looks like a fun game.
Good game. The mechanics of the game are good.
And look how much life Fighter Z still has. Like look how much it's still being played. I don't think it's at Evo this year, but I think it was at Evo last year and the year before that. Like it's still a good game, and I don't know. It's sad, but it's like at this point they're kind of like doing their own thing. We don't really have any like choice. Like right now would have been a great time to but even like if they next year, if they drop like the third Attack on Titan game, like the final one, that would have been great. That game needed more polish in my opinion, but it would be interesting. It'd be different. Those games, people want Attack on Titan. People love Attack on Titan, or even just like a Fire Force game, or a lot of different. There's options, or even if they're gonna do this, because if I'm not mistaken, I don't think this One Piece game is a part of any original timeline. If they're just gonna do filler arcs for stuff,
offshoot. Yeah.
If you're gonna do offshoots of stuff like that, you could do so many animes. There's so many animes that you could just tap into and be like, hey, we're gonna do a spin-off of My Hero. We're just gonna have like them go to a new city or whatever, split the teams up and do like maybe some kind of like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but with the My Hero Academia like cast, like something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you have options. You have a lot of options.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, it would be cool.
That's another idea right there.
Yeah.
Off top, that's free.
Yeah.
That is free, Bandai. They gonna make me sweat up in here. Listen, the 6 out of 10 Scourge will end one day. I promise you.
A Kurak, what is the Kurako basket? The same way they did with the soccer game, they could do it with basketball. They could do it with like Eye Shield 21. Haiku volleyball game would go great. Like they're not serious, man. They don't want this bread. They don't want this money.
Unserious
development, unserious publishers.
An unserious publisher, man. Oh my goodness. This man Jay said a Bikini Warriors game will go crazy. All right. This guy, come on now, come on. Oh man. All right, that's all the topics out for today, man. Honestly, yeah, that was pretty much all I had. Can't think of anything else off the top of the dome, but yeah, it was a really big weekend in gaming. Anything that we might have missed?
Let's see. Let me just double check. There's 2 other things. Oh yes. If you're a fan of Death Stranding, I know that there's maybe another one in the world out there. They released the director's cut on a PC on Thursday, I believe. If you already own the game, which I do, it's only $10 for the upgrade. Second, if you're a fan of Destiny, like I also am, but you made the mistake of paying for anything on Xbox, it will be leaving Xbox Game Pass in 2 weeks. So there goes. I was right about that when they acquired it. I was like, this shit's gonna go right off of Game Pass. Here we are. And lastly, if you're a Warhammer fan, the Warhammer Dark Tide game did get a release date, so they did announce that.
Right.
But it's September 13th. If there was more to talk about than just the fact that they literally were playing cards, and like the trailer was two people on the team playing cards, and somebody walking up and being like, "What's taking you guys so long?" And I was like, at first I was like, "What's this?" And my friend is like, "I think they're making a joke here," and I'm like, "That's funny, but fuck them. This has been taking too like, what is taking them so long?" But that game is got a release date for September 13th. So fingers crossed it doesn't get pushed back again, but we will see. That's really the only thing I can think of. Yeah, I think that's the only thing I can think of.
Word. All right, man. I ain't got no other major stories besides that in terms of news and gaming, man. Just make sure, you know what I'm saying, wash y'all face, drink y'all water, tell people you love them and whatnot. Hey, you know what I'm saying, certain somebody in here, you know what I'm saying, might be getting a copy of Wonderlands and stuff.
Oh my God.
Good reviews. I didn't fucking forget. Let you know. I did not
You do not have to.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, I know. I don't. I want to. That's the point. That's the problem. That's the problem you got in your hands, sir. All right, listen. All right, then. I already got a 4 to 5. If you get good reviews, it's that time. It's that time, dog.
If Nick is still in here, he was talking about it the other day. I was in his stream. He was playing it.
I know. I'm about to run it with him. Literally after I get this joint tonight, I'm about to run it with him probably on the weekend, probably on Sunday. You as well if you're free.
I'll definitely let you guys know. Usually I'm with Panda on the weekends, but I might be able to make something shake. I might be able to finagle a bagel. Oh wait,
We'll see.
Depending on the time, because of Attack on Titan.
That's also true. Yeah, I was planning to do it like morning time, honestly.
That might work.
Yeah, I was planning to do it like late morning or something like that.
Okay.
Because I know we got a lot of stuff to do in the afternoon this weekend. But yeah, for all of us here, man, make sure y'all follow us, man, at No Cooldown Pod on Twitter. Literally, look up Wotaku channel, WOTAKU channel on YouTube to find Went Easy on all other socials. For me, it's that man Tripp on all socials, YouTube as well. You know what I'm saying? The link got fixed up. We looking real pretty now. Make sure you check out all that content, all that goodness. Make sure you like it, subscribe it, notification bells, all that type of stuff so you never even miss a beat with us. And yeah, man, we going down, man. Xbox is what I say Xbox. What the fuck I say Xbox for? They're getting me, y'all. The Game Pass getting me. All right, No Cooldown episode 16. We will be back next week, man. Appreciate all y'all for all the love. And yeah, No Cooldown is gone. And that's the episode. Yes, and we're done. Yes, sir. All right. Hey, that was a solid episode. I know we was waiting to get that place.
Bro, I've been waiting for so long. I just needed to know. If it was worth it or not.
I gotta look back on the episodes and find some of these sound bites, bro. Honestly, I gotta go find them.
We should start bookmarking, like when we make a prediction, we should start writing them down or being like episode blah 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 or clipping it even, just so that we have it. So like when it happens, be like, yo, No Cooldown called it.
Facts. I'm actually about to go through like some of the videos and stuff. Well, actually, I might go through your channel, like clip some stuff because you have all the whole VODs up and stuff. I'm probably gonna put a couple of trails together and stuff for us.
That'd be sick. That'd be dope.
Get some of the highlights and whatnot. But yeah, I gotta write that down. I gotta figure out when I need to do that. But yeah, man, listen, we rolling, bro. We rolling. Who in the hell are we going to raid? Really quickly, because my food just came downstairs. Boy, it's time to roll, son.
We could throw it to. Let's see. We got Need to Struggle.
Let me see. Fucking hell. Here we go, niggas.
Oh, also, if anybody's here, if you're a content creator, make sure you check your key mailer. Make sure you fucking put two-step authentication. People are getting hacked out here in these streets. It is not safe.
Yeah, I gotta go delete that key mailer shit.
Yeah, I just did it this morning. I forgot.
Yeah, let me get the fuck up out of there, bro. Let me slide on home.
Let me go ahead.
Rainmaker, bro. I'll be straight.
Yeah. The only reason I like Keymailer is because I didn't have to type anything. I had to write anything out, but I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I don't want to get caught up in none of that stuff, bro. My password weak anyways.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Nobody look at this. Nobody with potential to steal my stuff. It's not 1231231. All right, just leave it alone. Let me see. All right, man. All right, my ready button is ready. You ready?
Yep.
All right, man. That's it from us, man. I will be back tomorrow morning and Sunday morning. Keyblade 123. Hey, nobody told you that. We will be back. I will be back tomorrow morning and Sunday morning. I will not be back in the night, but tomorrow is Growth Podcast. Make sure y'all lock in at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. We got a lot to talk about. A lot with the Growth homies. Gonna be a good one. And yeah, man, we up out of here, dog. Y'all be easy. Love. And stop the button.
Sick.